Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to... I got all these drinks around me. Welcome to Awesome Talk, Season 9, Episode 4, on December 5th, 2017. Welcome to the show. Everybody, we're going to have a nice little clink just to open up, man.
Yeah, do it.
This is
a wee clink.
Just to help start off the holiday season.
Just a wee nip of the creature.
That's going to be on your shirt.
I got pussy on my lap, you know.
Yeah, but you already called it ragged.
Yeah,
It's ragged pussy, but hey, man, a ragged pussy is better than no pussy. So.
Is it?
I mean, it depends on who you're asking, I guess.
Show with Annie Up by MOP. You know that song?
No, I don't know.
Yes.
You know that song?
Yes.
Great.
Well, we'll work on it. We'll work on it. See if we get some royalties or something dished out for that shit. You know. So anyway, welcome to the show. Tonight we're going to talk about some stuff and other stuff. And we're going to air some content. And that's how that's going to go. And I have some stuff to start us off with. But before I do that, I would like to say, welcome to the show. I am your host, Rick.
Tony.
I'm Ryan, and this is Jane and the Pain.
Dan, hello.
I'm Mike, hi.
Sarah?
Matt.
Hey, man.
Non-fundamentalist juggler.
Non-fundamentalist juggler. Okay, we'll have a round of applause for us here. We did a really good job with that, guys. Really good job.
Allegedly.
Mike, I want to welcome you to the show tonight, man. You are our last second guest that just appeared on
Yes,
the
sir.
man.
He was
So-
Yes,
wondering
sir.
the parking
The
lot.
11th hour mechanic.
He was
I
in the
love
parking
it.
lot. He
I
was
love it.
minding his own business, and Matt Lahosi was like,
We-
"Hey, you
we
look
left
cool."
a piece of
Hey,
cheese
is
outside.
that a pepperoni piece of slice?
We left we left a pepperoni slice outside
may
with
or
a
may-
giant milk crate dangling from a rope.
Yeah,
exactly.
And he went for the bait.
You
And now he's here.
you may or may not be interested in this. Come on in.
Goldberg.
You'll get used to it.
No, he told me I'd like hold a sound boom or something. There's no sound booms.
You liar. You're like,
All right, bye, Janie. Thank you for God damn it.
Yeah.
No, the
I love
adult
her
filming
idea
portion of
right
the
there.
show happened before you got here.
I missed it.
That's why I was all wet and fresh out of the shower.
Ah, yeah.
Is there a webcam in your bathroom? I know it's almost pissing over here.
Oh, the piss cam, maybe. Yes, maybe.
Wait, you have a piss cam?
Well,
It's actually the
Now I know why
Eureka
I'm on the
cam.
show.
You reach for pro.
that's the bonus content
You
that
reach
comes on
for-
Patreon. You guys don't know about.
Hey, you don't want to know what that thing does when it
Hey,
zooms
820,
in.
825.
It's like virtual reality.
Yeah.
825 is in chat. Welcome, 825.
825.
Hello.
825. That's what that is.
It's got a flow.
Yeah, it does. How was everyone's Thanksgiving?
I fucking ate stuff.
I was sick. Slept all day.
My refrigerator blew the night before
Oh, I
Thanksgiving.
saw that.
Yeah, we made a turkey at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, so you have to imagine me angry as fuck at 3 in the morning cooking a fucking turkey. 'cause
I
the
remember. I
refrigerator-
imagine you angry as fuck every day at 3 in the morning.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong. You're not
That's
all
why
the way right.
I'm not really
But-
imagining either, am I? I'm just assuming correctly.
I was angry at that fucking turkey or whatever. Just the situation. It was fucking ridiculous.
Nah, that sucks, dude. The refrigerator fail right before you're making a fucking 16-hour dish. You know?
Plus, you have to go through the inner turmoil
Well, it
of
was-
asking
it was
yourself
ready
how
nice
long
and
has
early
it
in
been
the
like
morning.
this.
Right.
Yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
I want to be
How do
sleeping
you-
now, and now I have to stay up every hour to base this bitch. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, yeah. I just
I
had
gotta
an alarm
ladle
that went
butter
off.
over this every
How'd you know
hour
it
on
failed,
the
though?
hour. Like
Like an hour.
there's no sleeping
Nothing was
anymore.
cold.
You know? I mean, like you start that
Like,
at 3.
The
That's
freezer
it.
sort of still worked, but the fridge just wouldn't get
You can't go
cold.
to
Yeah,
sleep.
fridge
You
is
can't
fine.
go to sleep with a turkey in the oven. I mean,
I napped.
I
napped.
hope you guys tag team, man.
Well, oh, yeah,
That's
of
dangerous
course.
as a motherfucker.
I got up every hour to check
Yeah,
on it.
check that bitch,
and we
bake
cooked it
that.
for 9 hours because the problem with this whole situation is that you don't know how long the refrigerator has been like that, and like you don't want to throw your fucking turkey out, man. So I was like, look, I went online.
He's
They're like, if
making
your turkey's
weird
bad,
treat that turkey with kid gloves.
they're like, if your turkey's bad, it's gonna smell like sulfur. So I opened it up and it just smelled like turkey. So I was like, all right, well this seems good, but
Smelled
I'm gonna
like
cook
dead
the
bird.
fucking shit out of it
Yeah.
just to ensure.
be
So
safe.
you were making
Yeah.
turkey.
Yeah, for some of it was, yeah, like
It didn't
the,
turn into like an air pocket with skin like in Christmas Vacation.
That was so good.
yeah, right, yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, man? J360 is in the chat room.
Oh,
Welcome.
cool.
It's a very numeric night.
Why
Man.
not?
It's a
buddy?
super numeric night.
It is. I love it.
That's
I love
the
numerics.
that's the new protocol, I guess now. So,
That's what they always say about you, Ryan. He
Yep.
loves numerics.
Love
when I think of
numerics.
Ryan, I think about the guy
Big
who
on
loves the
numerics.
and I'm like, wow. It's the numerics sounds like an old like 70s new wave / punk thing.
The godfather of the
Yeah.
numerics.
Yeah, it does actually.
Yeah, hi,
Fugazi.
we're the numerics.
Oh, if it was, that would be me.
As opposed to the old barracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, fuck them.
nobody wants to listen to the old merrics.
The old Merricks are a bunch of
my
bitches.
Yeah. And they're old. You know?
Y'all need to get down with the new Merricks.
Yeah. Or the middle-aged merrics.
Ah, fuck them too.
No, they're cared about the
depressing.
very
All,
least.
all they sang
No.
about was the fucking Inquisition.
Yeah.
Medieval bastards.
This isn't your pappy's old Merricks.
It's not just Pappy's parents.
Blinky. That was a good one.
Thank you. There you go. This isn't your father's Merricks.
Yeah.
This is a new
This ain't
Merrick.
your granddad's
step
merrics,
into the step into the forward-thinking sounds of the new barracks.
Yeah.
All right.
Same style that got your grandfather laid, but a whole new flavor.
Yeah.
But
But now, with
your
dubstep
grandmama, your
remixes.
grandmama was fucking to the old Merricks.
Yeah.
Says the guy with the Old Spice fucking ringtone.
Oh, yeah, well, that's it. Hey man, some traditions should be kept alive.
Well, you see the commercial, right? They got the whole slant. It was good enough to get your grandfather laid. Without it, you
Goddamn
wouldn't
right.
be here.
Goddamn right. I don't know because I never had a grandfather, but I'd assume he was getting fucked.
Well,
on
somewhere
Old
along the line, you
Spice.
had a grandfather. You just didn't know him.
Yeah.
For some
You didn't have a
reason,
grandpappy,
Yes.
but you had a
Well,
grandfather.
neither
I
did my dad, so
imagine
it's kind of removed from my whole
the
Roman
sexual lives
control.
of our grandparents seem very cold.
Huh?
For some
What?
reason, I just
I
imagine.
don't want to think about it.
Oh, my
Listen,
grandfather was
listen,
he
man,
was a
I
cocksucking
under-
motherfucker.
I
Are you
understand
kidding
that.
me? Like,
I really wish that was the case. My grandmother is a little bit too open with her sex life. I'm not gonna lie. Every time she gets me a gift, she gets in the Abercrombie.
It's a
Fitch bag.
dildo.
I was gonna say it was a used
Abercrombie and
condom.
Fitch, she just likes the shirtless dude on it.
Oh, I
And it's
see.
like, I need the bag back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, grandma.
The picture's all like
Now,
faded
now,
from where she's
now,
coming.
Mikey, they call this a butt plug, and
Yeah.
you should use this to train the girl with, because she'll be useless to you if you don't train her. Thank you, Grandma.
Shit.
Everybody
Hi,
knows
Grandma.
old people fuck. They just don't want to think about it. That's all, you know.
And when are you gonna be
I want
too old
them
to
to.
fuck?
Ah,
what do you
shit, I'm already too old to
Yeah,
fuck. Are you
stop,
kidding?
man.
Too old.
I got
You're-
two
you're-
kids.
dude, it sounds like you're
I
just
have
too
two
tired to fuck,
generations
dude.
of children. No, I'm never too tired to do anything.
That's like the
Fuck that.
highest the highest like area of like STDs. Or
Yeah,
just, like,
it's
an
all
folks.
elderly.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Sure,
the
so
swingers.
just non-stop
They
fucking
give
out
up.
your
They give up all hope, and they're just like, "I'll fuck anything that absolutely moves
Why
and breathes."
not?
You know,
Why not,
whatever.
man? Grandma
Well,
pops them
if
teeth
you're
out,
willing to
it's
touch
fucking-
me, I'll fuck you, dude. I'm about to die.
Listen
Who
to me.
cares? You know,
Listen
like,
to me. So I've seen documentaries about nursing homes that are bad. Like we've all seen those videos that are
I've
fucking
been in
horrifying,
nursing
right?
homes that are
I want you to
bad,
imagine
yeah.
a utopian nursing home where they just get
Oh.
to eat all the drugs they want all day, fuck everyone
Fat
they
boys
want.
are the fat boys are the
everybody's-
orderlies. You ever seen that movie?
That's my-
at that point,
crazy.
it's like I don't think AIDS can I don't think AIDS can catch me. You know, like I think I'm gonna
What's
die.
their whole
That
attitude? They're
sounds
like,
like
Yeah.
oh, well,
I
no
don't
one.
think AIDS can catch me. I think I'm old enough. I think I passed the
Well,
line.
I think their
I
mentality.
I would die of natural causes before AIDS can fuck me up. Let's
Yeah.
just go get it. Let's get in there and get on
Well,
it.
I actually the reason why
Let's go.
the reason why I think the STDs are so high amongst that age group is because I don't think they're thinking about it. They're just like, well, we're not
Yeah.
getting pregnant right now. That's it. They're literally like that. What's the worst that can happen? You're not getting pregnant.
Don't
mean,
forget,
every
they're
time-
also been around a long time. They've been fucking since they were
Right.
20. But is this new STDs? I mean, what's the
Oh,
metric?
man.
Oh,
These
sure.
eradicated
Is
STDs.
this just STDs in general? Because, mathematically, numerically speaking, they're going to be the ones with the highest amount of,
Yeah.
STDs, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
But a major factor too is if you're talking about like we're talking old age homes, right? That's why like we kind of put the little
Yeah,
stamp
yeah.
on that. We're
Yeah,
talking
right,
old
right.
age homes. Have you been to an old age home? It's like being in rehab or like a halfway house. You know what I mean? You're not exactly in jail, but you're in jail. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody tells you when to eat, when to shit, what to do all the time, all the fucking day, every day. There's somebody standing up. You ain't got 2 minutes to your fucking self. Like, somebody's coming in there, making sure you wipe your ass correctly,
Yeah, right.
making sure your bed's made, everything's right. Like, oh, you
You know,
can't go
there's
on.
more
Like, you know, like
than
art.
work.
Like they take you to art therapy.
Take it over, take.
Well, no, I'm just saying, but I'm just saying, as young people, as all of us being young people, right? If somebody tried to do that to us, if you were like, all right, I gotta spend the rest of my life in this facility, you know what I mean? And there's like bitches, women, children, whatever, you know, like whatever you want.
Women of children.
Women, children,
Women
everybody.
and children.
Everybody lives there.
Lifeboats.
It's like society, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, are you gonna act your age, or are you gonna fucking, you know what I mean? Or are you gonna break the rules? Are you gonna go hang out?
What acting
Are you
your
gonna,
age is?
no, are you gonna go hang out? Are you gonna
Fuck
fuck the chicks? Are you gonna hang out with the kids? Are you gonna
You know what I
chill?
don't
Or are
like?
you gonna be you?
I don't
who they
like when
tell
I
you
hear
to be.
people talk to their grandparents like they're little children.
Like they
Agreed.
patronize.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I hate that.
But that's what
when I
happens
talk
to
my
them. That's what
grandma,
I'm saying.
I talk to my grandma like a human being.
She is.
I'm like, so hey, what's up, grandma? Like there's no, oh, you know, how are you doing? You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
you see people do that all the time. And I'm like, man, that must be so fucking degrading. Like, do you know how many insane things this human
Yeah.
being's done? They've been here for like 100 years.
I'd like to point out, like, the reason I said that was I went to go visit my great grandmother, actually, who was turning 100.
Good for her.
Actually, we're having a party for her December 16th. She's turning 100. But we go. She lives in a retirement home around the corner from us, and like there's like, you know, there's people of all ages there. Like everybody's in there. But like I said, it's like everybody's strictly registered. Like you have people assigned to you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To like make sure that you can only do what you're supposed to do. And I know that's important and it's crucial, but it's for their protection and everything. But it's like, yo, if you were that age and like there's kids hanging out and they want to chill, you would go play with them, regardless of whether it was against the rules or not. You know, if somebody came to your room like, let's fuck, you'd be like, yeah, I'm fucking, even though it was against your meal plan. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
I'm a grown adult.
like, you don't have the right
Right.
amount of carbohydrates in your system to be having sex. Are you gonna listen to the meal plan? Or you gonna fuck this motherfucker? You know what I mean?
That's a
dude,
quote of
you
the
gotta
day so
think
far.
though. I gotta wonder. Like, I know I was old as shit in a place like that. I'd be fucking anything that moved. Like, yeah, I'd be going.
I think it's the way to go. I think it's the way to go.
I'd be going
I
off.
think that those
I'd be
folks
breaking
have
every
life figured
fucking
out
rule.
because they don't have any of that sentimental shit
Yeah.
connected to it. They're like, you know what this
I
is?
agree.
We're all gonna like the closer you get to the end,
Yeah.
the more you realize
What
fun
does
is
it really
super
fucking
duper
matter?
important because you got to have all the joys humanly imaginable.
I mean, Jesus
Or
Christ,
you
my-
do, you just you wither.
My Gigi Hazel is about to turn 100, and I only
Yeah,
hope
you
that
just
she can
wither
find
and
some
die.
bad, and I can only hope that she can find some penis to just make her last year, you know, or last year's,
Here's to her.
you know.
And you're getting that.
Good for you, Gigi. I'm sorry I said all these horrible things about you.
I just think my grandfather cares about macaroni and cheese. That's it. As
That's
long as he
also-
gets that,
that's
he's
also
happy.
true.
Your carb rate.
That's also true.
Carbohydrate.
Yeah, maybe that's why he likes
carbohydrates will
it
be up.
for later.
I wonder if that's a thing too. I wonder if, like, when you go to the old age homes, all the dudes just want to eat, and all the women are just like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, you promised me you'd give me an orgasm one of these days," you know? Like,
Yeah.
I'm dying here.
I'll tell you why not. Because everybody's just swapping. Because at that point, like I said, all the sentimentality is gone. That's just a TV show sentimental. Oh, weren't we so happy? Yeah, they're probably happy, but they're freaks. Because you care less about certain things the older you get, right? You
It
get
becomes more of a
freakier and
need
freakier
than
and
a-
I would
freakier.
really not care to be a
Did
freak
you ever
like
see that
Could
episode
you
of Bob's-
having sex with an
Imagine
80-year-old woman
86
tomorrow?
years
You
of
know,
not caring.
Did you ever
Just
see
the decline. I mean, I'm only 38, and look how much I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? By the time I'm 88, holy
Did you ever
shit.
see that episode?
That's still way longer than you've lived.
It's like 1.5 longer than this.
Did you see the Bob's Burgers where they went to visit his wife's parents in Florida, and they
No.
were like living in a
I don't watch
50
Bob's Burgers.
They were living in a 55
But
and up
but it's
community, and they get down there, and like the kids are going effing out doing whatever, and they're hanging out with the parents, and it turns out it's a swingers community, and it's part of the bylaws. You have to fuck other people to live there.
Wow.
And like, she's like, well, that's terrible. They can't make you do that. And they're like, yeah, but the property tax rate is really good. And he's like, we're old. It's fine.
That's a serious gated community.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
Like, it's like a totally gated 55 and up swingers, and they're like, well, they violated the bylaws by not getting naked at the town
55
meeting.
and up is such a vague fucking thing.
Vague.
Like that's like
Yeah, it's
like
weird.
that 55 and up. That's like decades. That spans so
It's
much
very
time.
weird, yeah, it's
Like,
very weird.
That's like super
the
shady.
maintenance guy that comes in, or is it just amongst?
What, like he's just walking around with like a senior citizen boner 24/7? You gotta
I
watch
mean-
the maintenance guy.
You know, I feel like someone out there would take that.
They never remember.
Yeah, they don't even know where they are.
Someone would take that bullet.
Somebody definitely would take
A
that.
lot of those places are fucking
It's
super
a
weird though. Those
cornucopia,
55 and
if
ups,
that's
man.
what you're into.
No, I worked at one. It was
yeah.
fucking weird.
Yeah, they do it like a lot of those 55 and up places are
And
like
by
that
the way,
specifically.
55 and up, again, just so we're all clear on this, I think we would all agree.
It's
At
retire-
55
it's
years
supposed
old,
to be. It's supposed to be a retiree rate.
not
but-
anymore.
Yeah, I know,
But
not
isn't
anymore.
65 the
So
retirement
rich,
age?
67
so
now.
the super elite rich can retire at 55, but there's
Oh,
no
you're
way
saying-
they do it in a trailer
Wait a second, let me get to my
park, you know
point.
what I mean? So,
My point is, I think we're all aware that at 55 years old, what's really interesting is that you could still be hot and still be hot for some years after that at 55 years
oh
old.
Jesus, yeah. Nowadays,
saying now?
for sure. Why not?
Isn't that
I mean,
crazy?
always, too. Not for nothing. I mean, shit. Like, dude, Robert Redford and fucking Paul Newman didn't have no troubles. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Those are the weirdest examples.
why are that? Why? I think those are the most perfect
And they
examples
were, like,
of
fresh
people
in
who
his
got
mind, like,
really
ready to come
fucking
out.
old,
Yeah.
but maintain their handsomeness. I think they're very good examples, as a matter of fact.
George Clooney's a good example.
Shit,
right?
Paul Newman's dead. I'd still fuck him. Are you kidding me? He was handsome as a motherfucker.
Now all you have is his ranch dressing.
I know. It's just so
And now he looks like George W. Bush on the.
You know,
he
dressing
does
model.
it.
Now that you bring him up, I was
Stop
just
it.
reading something.
Don't you
and
dare besmirch the good
I was
name
reading something
of
the other day.
Newman's own.
And George Bush came up with his paintings. I hate to change the topic
They're
drastically,
Are they
but
stick
like
figures?
I hate
No,
George Bush
they're-
so much, but I hate it even more that he's actually a good painter. Like I hate it. I'm like, why do you have to be?
This goes back to what we were talking about last week. You can't start separating, or last time, you can't start separating fucking people from art. Because if you do,
Nah,
your
true,
art is
true,
doomed, man.
true.
You know, Hitler could paint.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, no doubt, no
I'm
doubt.
just saying. You know, well, that's the road that we're heading down.
Wait,
these
so
days.
like I can hate his art, like him as a person, or like separate them?
No, you should separate them because if you don't, then look. What's going on now is a big push towards we're going to fire everyone who's a derelict. Guess what? Who's going to be left? Disney's going to be fucking making putting what's
The only
what's
art,
in the
yeah.
museum. We're fucked then, and that's never going to happen because the one thing that's going to persevere is art because you can't tell art's
I just wanna say
form
about
and
that.
function because as we've discussed many times with
Many
Kanye.
times, yeah. Kanye West, yes.
The one thing that requires art to be art is somebody says it's art, whether it's the person creating it or the person looking at it, right? And
I
they
love
can
that
take
perspective.
anything they want from us, okay, including our tongues and our fingers, but they're not until they can actually start taking our frontal lobes from us, you know. Our art will exist.
I
So
agree with you.
we can't start letting people's personalities impinge on what
Can I
art
say
is
something else?
on.
Does all
It's a
beautiful
personal
art...
decision, though.
Wait, hold on. I gotta get this out there. Does all beautiful art have to come from the souls of good people?
No,
Well, what's beautiful
You know
art,
what I'm
though? I'm not a fan of beautiful art.
So there's a raindrop of beauty in George W. Bush's soul,
No.
and he pours it onto a canvas.
He could just be an
Well,
ugly
that's-
soul.
No,
that
art's about
hates.
connection.
Well, wait, you see my conundrum.
see it.
Like I have such a
not that
deep,
great.
passionate
No, I
hate
don't
for
like
him,
It's not
but then I look at his art, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's really actually cool.
No,
And like,
that's my
and
rebuttal.
then
you know?
like to look at him like painting and he's smiling, I'm like, this motherfucker killed millions of people.
Yeah,
But
millions.
like to see this joy working on this canvas, I'm just like,
It just goes to show that we're all complex individuals, all right? And there's two sides, there's a million sides to all of
Yes,
us.
thank
It's
you.
like being in the
Very
airplane
good,
when you
yes.
realize everybody down there has a life just as complex as my own. When you
Yeah.
start putting people in boxes, I don't care who they are, we lessen our own fucking value.
Oh, but did you see like George Bush's
No, I haven't seen it.
painting?
Are you-
It's
you-
like, it's like a
W or
11th
H?
grade like
W.
art student like who's
He's
just,
so
like,
happy
good.
doing. He's wearing Under Armour. He's like in his
It's
underwear
really
practically.
George
Well, he's
Like,
first of all, anybody who's met George Bush says he's really pissed.
I was in my
He was
jammies
kind
hanging
of
out in my
cast
house,
into that
man,
He was a frat boy who fucked up for Jeb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, Jeb's
no,
also
no.
an idiot.
well, I'm just.
Jeb kind of also fucked up.
Well, no. I'm just
Jeb
saying.
also
though,
had a huge head. And was
I don't know.
like,
I think what fucked it up is when his dad killed JFK. That's
Well,
what made.
well, that's
Oh, shit,
no.
son.
Well, what fucked it? What
Shots
fucked it up?
fired.
And Barbara Bush. Barbara Bush being a man and hanging with Aleister Crowley back in the day. I mean,
Maybe Barbara Bush is JFK.
You know what worries me about all these
Well,
conspiracies?
what fucked up is when Grandpappy was with Deutsche Bank and funding
We're gonna
Hitler.
shoot you in the
that's-
head or
basically,
you
we're
disappear
living in the
right
Fourth
now.
Reich. I mean, you know.
Kinda, yeah.
So you pretend to be my wife.
Killing Kennedy was just that was the next logic. That had to be done. It had to be done to preserve the empire.
George,
Yeah.
please don't leave your socks in the foyer. Jesus Christ, Georgie and Jeb, I swear to God, if you leave your
And they just
bloody
run into
boots
walls.
in the foyer,
They like run into walls. They don't even know.
Noodle.
And they're like, "What's a
Like
foyer?"
we used to do back in Boston. I mean Texas.
Oh my god.
So there we go, Barbara Bush's.
I watched,
Welcome, Internet.
honestly, I went down a really far rabbit hole one day, and I wound up on a documentary proving that Barbara Bush is actually a man. And I was just watching it, and it's like, oh, well, this could be fun.
Who am I?
All right.
Who am I?
Game
to, you know.
Were they convincing?
Well, the whole thing is that the Bush family, they're all clones, and like they just needed to. They didn't want women in the power, so they dressed up a man.
I think
So
they're
they like,
close.
Yeah, so like
just
if
take this extra George and put a fucking wig on.
right.
Like, it's like the Rick and Morty
House of
episode.
Bushes.
It's
So he
like,
said George Bush married a man and adopted a bunch of waterheads and then made himself a government.
No, he cloned himself, and they made too many.
He
so
cloned
they threw
himself
a wig
a
on
bunch of
one and called it a
waterheads.
wife. You know, they gotta fucking
well,
illustrate or maintain. Christian
I'd like to
values.
bury this now because the documentary went into like hundreds of other people being men that you think are women, and I'm just like, oh, and there's actually like videographic evidence of these women being like, I'm actually a man.
So
I
who
had,
fathered his daughters? His twin daughters that look exactly like him. Oh my God, they're fucking
they're
close.
just
Oh,
like,
too.
they're-
Ah! Malik provides.
Those
was,
aren't even daughters, they're
Let's
sons.
take a
They're
hot,
sons with wigs.
one hot second. J360 Productions. Hell's yeah, that's how I would leave this world. Getting the best sex at 85.
There you go.
you know what? I got
Good for
something to
you,
look
sir.
forward
Good for
to at
you.
85 then.
Goddamn right.
No old people.
I don't think I'll make it there by a long shot, but you know, if I do.
Well, if you do.
If
I
you
hope
do, you
to
got
have-
something to look
I
forward
hope to have an erect penis and a full attention span.
Yeah.
That's all. That's the best
Keep
I
working
can
on
do.
that.
That sounds like a
I
great
think
album
I'm
title.
doing all right, yeah.
An erect
An
penis and a
and
full attention span.
Yeah, it's gonna
All right,
work.
let's go.
That's a tall order.
I don't know, man.
I mean, I don't want to be. I don't want to be
conversation.
brain dead fucking. You know, what I mean, like, that doesn't do anything for me.
Why?
You know?
Well, unless you're fucking somebody's brains out and then making them brains.
I mean, at that
Right.
point, they're just milking me. You know. Like,
And they might as well just put a finger up your ass at that point.
yeah, right,
It's
yeah.
like- or
Not that I'm
whatever.
against it, but
Yeah. Well, I think 55 is the minimum age for that. I mean,
It's a minimum age.
I mean, the max.
Maximum age,
If
yeah.
if you
Yeah,
have if you
you're
have
not
that figure up
getting
your ass by
anything.
55,
At that point,
you're just
you
not
bet-
allowed to have
You're
sex
not
at
living.
85.
at that point,
Yeah.
you better like the flavor because I mean that's all that you're getting out of it.
Yeah. After 55, you don't want anybody noodling around in your hole.
Yeah.
You know what I
well,
mean?
no, well, I do, but not. You know,
It's
I'm
just
sure
gonna.
they don't want to.
It's gonna wiggle. You know, it just doesn't have the elasticity. as
I
it
can't
once
right
had.
now.
And that is
Yeah.
when you turn the cameras on.
Ah, yes. Because
That's where
that's
the
big
fun
money.
begins.
That's
Well,
big
that's
money.
cool.
That's the fetishist money right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
You got those.
Now
you know.
Now you're talking porn money.
Exactly, because the more unique, the more fringe you can get
Yeah.
it nowadays. That's where the
Exactly.
fucking big money
Exactly.
I
is.
love. I mean, this is a terrible thing to say. But like, I don't read comments on YouTube. Or I don't fucking care. But when you're on a porn site, like, I immediately go to some of the comments because
We
like
need
some
to
of the
talk
shit.
about this.
Like,
I
I don't even need to watch a
didn't
video.
know.
God awful.
Well, no, it's
I mean,
no, it's
I
beautiful.
And I'll
guarantee
tell you what else.
I
It's
guarantee
it's
this.
also more positive than YouTube comments.
Yeah, totally. But no, my favorite is like
Olympics.
it'll be like some crazy porn, whatever. It doesn't matter. It could be anything. And then
Sure.
like the first comment is like, I can't believe this is my life. I can't believe like this is where I wound up. Like this is really what I'm doing. Like I'm aroused
I
and
can
this is what I'm
guarantee
watching.
it.
This is what I'm doing.
I
Yeah.
can guarantee at this point in time, nobody goes to jerk off by googling sex.
Yeah.
No,
No.
my 6-year-old.
no, you're
We
putting
caught
in specifics.
him in a
Yeah,
Google search.
like-
He looked up boobs and he spelled it. My 6-year-old nephew. He's 12 now, but when he was 6,
Okay.
he spelled it BOOBZ.
Ah,
And like
nice.
my sister caught him. He's like, "Well, I don't know how
I
to
bet
do
he
this."
got
He was
mad
7 or 8
hits,
years
too.
old,
Yeah, I don't know
and
what
like
boobs is.
was
Oh, yeah.
googling boobs and spelled it wrong. Like,
Yeah.
what do I do? I have a conversation with him at this point in time? Like,
Yeah,
it's
like it's BOOBS, fool, and she backhands him one. Yeah,
but yeah, I remember that.
You
That
have
was
a
a funny.
conversation. You'd
Yeah.
be like, some girls get
that's not how you
reduced by
spell it.
horrible men or by their own fathers.
I think it's
B-O-B-E-Z.
BOOBEZ.
Yeah. Yeah.
there's also the BEWBZ, boobs.
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 Anyway, if you Google any of them, you're going to find a dick in somebody.
Yeah, for sure, for
That's
real.
pretty much-
That's pretty much
that's what's
83% of the
gonna
internet.
Actually, I was watching that I think it was the CNN special where they do a decade at a time.
Right.
And they blame porn. They don't blame. They thank porn for being the first industry to use the internet as commerce. They were the first industry to test whether or not you can make payments over the wires.
Yes.
Does anybody pay for porn?
I don't think
Well,
so.
because the distributors,
I think the government
they were
subsidized
one of the
porn,
first
honestly.
industries
Keep it
because
sustainable.
porn, like they had
Exactly, yeah.
production and everything
So
like
they-
that,
government-
but
Hold on, one at a time.
distribution was like where their shortcomings fell, was being able to get long-term contracts with distributors and stuff
Right.
like that. And they were the first industry that saw the value in short-term distribution, like being able to distribute your own things to people like
20
so.
minutes at a time.
So
Right.
not-
1997 was like
But
a
I mean,
like
well,
a
not-
3-bit GIF
no,
of
like,
like.
I mean, back in the day, the
and you'd like be enamored. I was like, whoa.
you know,
I can't believe this is
the
in my
porn-
lifetime.
the
It
porn
took me an hour to download that picture, but it was worth it.
And you try to print it out.
That's a dude with a horse.
That's the scariest time to download
You have
porn.
people like you have people
Because the
faxing
picture would
porn,
download, and you had no idea what the fuck it was gonna be, because you had no idea how this was even happening, and just this thing is unfolding. I'm like, my god, what is this?
And then you print it.
Yeah, black and white printer.
and then the fax machine turned on, and it was time to bust your nipple out.
And then the
And it was
phone
like
would
every
ring
line
and it would
of
disconnect
code. It was
your
like
internet service because you didn't call waiting.
1% nipple, 2% nipple.
I almost called you Dan Nipple. Dan Nipple. And then,
I'm fine with that.
so the
That's
phone
his
rings.
name.
The phone
Dan
rings.
Nipple.
It cuts off the internet service. You downloaded this porn picture, right? And then you realize that moment, you're never gonna get that picture ever again. That was a one-shot deal. You're never gonna
have
find
it.
it. You're never gonna
Gotta
know.
go back. Gotta
what
go back
was
to
there.
that chat room again. Where
Well,
you
the sad thing is,
Yeah,
you
with all the
busted
numbers
up
and
before
letters
the,
and shit, yeah.
before the picture even
single
finishes printing.
6669999
Yeah.
female.
Yeah.
Wait, what was it? Age, location, gender?
Age, location, ALG. Is that what it was?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't
It was like a standard internet.
Right,
club,
yeah,
right?
what-
God bless the net, but we do owe a lot to that wholesome porn. Anyone that disagrees is lying.
Yeah, well,
I like that wholesome.
No, but
porn.
it is true. Like they were the
Makes it
people who
classic.
challenged distribution. They were one of the first.
Yeah, very,
major
very,
industries to challenge
very
distribution.
romantic. Very
You know what I mean?
emotional.
Like they
There
were.
is, like, romantic
They were the
emotional
first
porn.
people who were able to network enough
I know,
to
right?
distribute their product
Dude, I agree
from
completely.
coast to coast.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Without a major distributor.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Well, hold on. What are you guys talking about?
Which also
emotional
not for
porn.
nothing.
When they
Whoa,
try
hold
and
on.
make porns that are like romantic or
And, like,
something, like are you kidding
wholesome
me? Yeah, it's
and-
You're right,
gross.
And he
Jason.
says,
You're right.
Come
Jack.
on, what are you gonna start shoving marbles up her ass? Come on.
Yeah, right. It's super
Just get
romantic.
to it.
Those candles
When are you gonna
lit.
show me where gummy
I had
bears are?
hoped to wait
Right.
before the first
Right.
Put them in the essay. Come on, I want to see how they're getting out. You know,
Yeah.
there's just so many
When
options.
just like 8 other dudes
That's what
come
the
in.
fetish.
Yeah, where are all the other bros?
Back in the day, there was one option, and it was the Spice Channel, and you had to pray that the signal would come in clear so you could see a titty.
Oh,
And
you learn
yeah.
to look with one eye and cock your head a little bit and straighten them.
And that
the
those
curly
lines
right
be
out.
like, yeah.
And then when it came
You know what?
clear, you're like,
I guarantee if you go to like Pornhub or something like that right now, you can probably search, and there probably is like a whole bunch of people getting off on those videos.
Oh yeah, no
like
doubt.
reminiscing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like the
absolutely.
squiggly line.
bar, titty, bar,
Yeah.
vagina, bar,
But
bar,
once in a
bar,
while
titty.
it would go
Yeah.
snap, and it would come in for like 4 seconds, and then it would go out, and you were like, how is this? What happened that made that snap come in, and how do I replicate that?
Well,
You
you
know?
go to the box, and there's a filter put on it. It's a little plastic filter.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
distribu-
sure.
That
I,
disrupts the electrical signal to that certain line.
That
And
was
if
the
you
thing.
climb up to the box and open it and take it off, you got free porn.
Yeah.
buddy.
Speaking of the box and all this, it's like opening memories. But I'm disappointed in America's youth right now because one of my favorite things as a kid was tow-combing, which was they were
Freaking-
tow-com boxes. Like you'd go out with your remote into your neighbor's house and like while they're watching TV, change the channel,
Oh
turn
my
it off
God,
and
dude.
on.
Oh,
No
yeah.
one's doing that anymore. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Yes,
change
you
the subject, but that
No. When
Such a
I,
hooligan,
I kind of
Dan.
want to
Such
start
a
that up
hooligan.
again.
when I was like 12 years old,
You're a bad.
when I was like 12 years old, me and my cousin would do that to my grandparents. Like they would be watching TV in their living room, and we would take the controls and we would
that
run
man
out.
fought in World War II. You bastard.
What was funny is we would go to the window like this, and we would change the channel. We would do it like 7 times. And like eventually my grandfather would just get up and be like, "What the hell's wrong with this goddamn thing?" And he would like hit the TV on the side, and then we would just like put the channel back to where it was, like it fixed. You know what I mean? And like they caught on to it. They knew it was us.
Eventually your grandfather stood up and was like, "No, Hans, not now. My wife is looking."
Actually, wait. Is that guitar tuned right now?
Is that what?
Is that guitar on the wall tuned?
It might be.
I'm like full of tangents, and you just mentioned like
Go for it.
hitting the TV and then fixing.
Do what you're
I
gonna
have
do.
this power.
Do what you're
which I
gonna
don't
do.
wanna
Go
show you.
for it.
Okay, all right.
I agree.
What is this?
He's gonna play guitar.
I'm
So.
gonna play guitar for 1 second.
I'm down.
Tony's gonna totally steal this. Oh, hold
That's
on.
not tuned at
You
all.
want to take
Rick.
a moment and tune it?
Yeah, I'll be quick. All right.
Well, while he's tuning, I'll tell you about what we did with porn before the internet. There
Yeah,
were
please.
BBSs. Where some
BBS,
guy
Big Mama BBS,
from some guy in Freehold. So
What's a BBS?
it was a bulletin board
big
system.
broadcasting system. Yeah, it
So
was.
basically,
It was the
you
first
have-
form
Let
of
him explain
internet.
it.
Before,
Basically,
you know,
really?
collective internet. Yeah.
Basically, you have a computer and a modem, and you set up a server, and I would dial in and I would download porn from you. You know,
That's nice.
and then
Other stuff too, not
Well,
just
yeah, but
porn,
mostly it was about
mostly
porn.
porn. Yes.
And you know, if you're really degenerate, maybe you know, come over to your house and party, and your wife would offer up some of her wares. One time,
Some of her wares.
one time,
general store?
I'm on this site called Dark City, okay, and it's just bad. It's a badass site, so I want to join. So I actually deliver a money order to the guy's mailbox and stuff, put it in the mail, and he's like, "Oh my god, dude, you're badass." He goes, "You put him check my mail." He was right now on her side, and I was living in Long Branch. He made me an admin and all that stuff. But that was back in the day when you get half a picture and the connection.
Shit.
But you know, then I ended up getting invited over to his house, and it's like a Friday night, and he's got just. There was a lot of degenerate shit going on there.
Oh wait, there's degenerate shit going on
I-
when
I-
the guy's house who accepts money orders over a BBS.
Yeah, well, so much so that I didn't take part.
Weird.
I was there. I was like,
I want to finish this story.
so much so that I didn't take part, and thank God, because later on it turns out that him and his father got busted. His father worked for the post office, and he was getting all sorts of shit, and it was partying with these underage girls and stuff.
Oh my God.
We're talking real degenerates back in the day.
Yeah.
And that gentleman's name was Roy Moore.
But back then it was like the Wild West, man. You make friends with some of these operators, and you go to their house.
And that guy in the handcuffs and diaper was none other than number 45.
Jackie Robinson? Oh, that's pretty good. Sometimes you make friends, you go to a guy's house, and his wife will be a couple drinks in or top be off. It was pretty crazy time for a while there. Then the internet.
She top you off?
No, her top would be off.
Oh,
she'd be all day.
that's-
He'd be like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Yeah, and I thought, no, that he means that in a sexual way, right?
Yeah.
Top you off.
No.
It's like she was gonna
Yeah, hi, will your wife, hey, say, will your wife top me off? Like, was she
Your wife
fucking what,
top me
dude?
off.
Yeah.
Is that what they used to call rim jobs in the 40s?
Oh, nice. Top.
Hey, little lady,
Oh,
wanna top me off?
I think that would be
Yeah,
bottom me
yeah.
off.
Top me off. Beat me, daddy, into the bar.
Found you on the dark web.
Down you deep in the dark web.
I held my breath for a very long time. When I came up, there was air. It was a little stale, but it was still fine.
Smelled like cardboard, but we'll be all right.
Her tongue had a particular tang to it.
Somehow I caught salmonella.
And that's how you got here, Bobby.
And I think that's the end. I think there you go. That's as far as you can take that.
Yeah, boy.
So I wanted to talk to everybody about, I watched Bad Santa 2 recently.
That was a
And I
terrible
wanted to
movie.
explain.
It
I
was
wanted to
good,
explain
though.
why I loved
liked
it.
it. Was
Here's why I
stupid.
loved it. I
It
want to
was
explain
stupid
this to
as
you.
shit. It was even worse than the first, and it was dumber than hell.
All right, let me get through this. It was so relentlessly offensive, like relentlessly. Like there wasn't a 15-second window that wasn't horribly anti-PC, and I loved it because, as somebody who came up with comedy in the 80s and 90s, right, living in another weird wave of ultra PC behavior, Bad Santa 2 was like, imagine like your favorite restaurant of all time. Now imagine that restaurant one day goes out of business for years, and then all of a sudden one day you get to eat that food again. That's what Bad Santa 2 was like to me. It was so fucking relentlessly offensive that it was like Blazing Saddles level offensive. And I was like, I'm almost shocked they were able to make this right now. It's so fucked up.
I felt more like it was a terrible movie that I liked when the first one.
It's a terrible movie, yeah.
And then it went away for a long time, and then they made an even more terrible version of it later.
Yeah, but Billy Bob Thornton is so good.
No, I know. I love the characters,
that
but the
fucking
movies are
degenerate.
fucking dog shit, dude.
But he plays that fucking degenerate
It's a fucking
so
dog shit movie.
well.
The only good parts about it are the jokes, and those are borderline a lot of the times. You know?
Are you trying
like,
to say there's something wrong with my gear?
No,
Gear?
yeah, dude, I love it. I love the. Don't get me wrong, I love the jokes and stuff, but
Yeah, my
the movie-
fuck stick.
Like
He's
I
not
would've-
going to say fuck stick in front of the
honestly,
children, is he?
Honestly, I think that it made more money if Billy Bob Thornton and the small black gentleman went on tour and just performed it on stage.
Yeah,
They probably would have made more money. They probably would have made a
There's
lot
a
more
lot of
money.
production
and
that goes into
and
something
they
like
would have had
that.
a lot more praise for it too. You know what I mean? Like
I just thought it was relentlessly
I
offensive.
thought
and I
making
enjoyed
a
it.
sequel. I enjoyed it as well,
I
but I
enjoyed
thought
it.
making a sequel was kind of staying. I was like, yeah, shit. There we go. Well,
But
that's
Kathy Bates is so fucking good in it.
yeah, she is.
Kathy
She's
Bates
funny.
as his
She's
mom.
I gotta give her credit.
She's
funny.
so fucked up, and she's like, just to hear the way she talked in it, she was like, ever since he was a kid, no matter what was ever around, he tried to fuck it in the ass. He tried to fuck everything in the ass. He tried to fuck the couch in the ass. And I'm like, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever fucking
Dude, people
seen.
sleep on Kathy Bates too. Ever since
Yeah, I know.
Water Boys, she's been dropping little things like that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like she was
Yeah.
great in that too. You know, like
Kathy Bates. I got an IMDb.
she's funny as hell.
Kathy Bates.
I'm terrible with
Misery. Stephen King's Misery.
Waterboy. You
I know
like,
Waterboy.
No, wait.
Mama said.
No, don't look it up. I want to see if I can get you to remember. Do you remember the commercial for Misery with the sledgehammer breaking the guy's feet? And he was like,
I don't even remember. I don't even know what Misery is.
God damn it, man! It was a commercial that was on
It's a
constantly
book
in the
by
90s.
Stephen King about a writer who falls victim
victim,
to a
yeah,
car
to a-
crash in the snowy mountains of Maine, and a fan of his picks him up off the roadside and helps to heal his legs. But then she gets a chance to read his manuscript of his latest book and disagrees with where he's going with his franchise, so she keeps him hostage there until he writes the book to her suiting. Misery.
Let that be a lesson
Yeah.
to you all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's who I thought it was. I know.
I know her. Yeah.
That's who I thought. She's great.
Fried
Yeah.
green
I just
tomatoes.
watched her 2 nights ago. She was in that movie with I don't know her name either. The fat female comedian who reminds you of Chris Farley. She was in Ghostbusters, the new one.
With the shit. She was from Gilmore Girls. My wife.
Yeah. Gilmore Girls.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, I just watched a movie.
McCarthy.
That's
Her,
it.
I just watched a movie where she goes on a road trip with her grandma, and her grandma's friend is Kathy Bates. When she's like lesbian.
yeah.
So I just watched her. Yeah.
So she was in Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
No, the new one, the remake.
Yeah, the remake.
The
The
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
The Ghostbusterettes.
I feel like I should see it just to say I know.
That it sucked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to say I know.
I know all the women in
weird,
it
you
are
know
really
already
funny.
that
And I
Right.
just don't think that they're gonna
That's
do
the
a good
thing.
job because
it's a
I wish
pandering
they
movie.
would have just given those girls like money to write a movie that they wanted to be. You know, like
Right, not Ghostbusters.
like
Any,
you know,
like a
like,
new thing.
like instead
They're
of
intelligent
taking
enough
them
to
to the
make an
Ghostbusters
amazing
franchise,
thing
like just give those
on their
four
own.
comedians a big budget and let them write a fucking movie.
Something
like,
original.
why are you making
Why
them try
rehash?
and stand
Right.
in the shadow of
Especially
Bill Murray and
Ghostbusters.
fucking Dan
Ghostbusters is
Aykroyd
one of the
there involved,
very-
you know,
They
like,
didn't
hold
want
on.
to do it.
It's one of the
Maybe they
very
did,
few
maybe they
movies
did, I
that
don't
I
know,
know
you know?
every word
It's
to.
not good.
But I
can
mean,
recite
like,
it
it's a
right now.
fruitless
Yeah, yeah.
endeavor. You
Start
know,
to
you're just
finish.
gonna burn the fan base right off the bat. You know, whether you intend to or not, you know you're gonna burn the fan base right off the bat, and then you have to deliver the greatest fucking thing ever just to win everybody back. And it's like, I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the movie. I'm not judging. I don't care. I just feel like those four women were put in an awful situation with that, and they should have just given them the money and told them.
Yeah,
to
let
make
them
a
make
movie.
anything they wanted
Make
to.
a
Create
movie.
something
Make a
new,
movie. Like,
just as
what, you
epic.
guys are the freshest four female faces in comedy. We want to see what you guys
Melissa
are going to
McCarthy.
do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy. Yeah.
Tammy was.
Yeah.
Kathy Bates
You
still
know?
scary since Misery.
Oh, dude, that movie Tammy was fucking weird. It was really funny.
That's what I'm talking. The road trip movie.
Yeah, it was really.
Oh,
yeah,
where she's
that's
the
it. Oh,
grandmother?
yeah.
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 I've seen it. But yeah, I just feel, I feel bad for him. Like I feel bad. Like
They're not the first people in a terrible Saturday Night Live movie.
That's
No,
true.
I know they're not. But I mean, like they're at the top of their game.
Nobody forced me to do
my
it.
favorite line.
They made a movie for It's Pat.
For It's Pat.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's Pat. It's Pat. Fucking that's
Pat
my.
from Mad.
Yeah,
Pat,
but
Pat from us.
It's Tom
his
York.
with her boyfriend, the boyfriend girlfriend
Pat,
Terry,
My girlfriend Terry, yeah.
or boyfriend. We don't know. Who knows?
I'm assuming at the
The
end.
movie, remember the Ween show at the end? Or
I don't remember that. I don't
You
remember.
didn't see the movie? It's Pat.
Wait, there actually was a
They
movie
made a
about
movie.
Pat?
Yes,
Yeah,
they
it's
did.
about-
They
yeah,
made a movie.
I thought he was like, I can't believe
Oh,
they did make a
no,
movie
no,
about
no,
Pat.
they did.
No.
They did. They made
Right.
it was great too. Ween was like a big feature in it. Ween was awesome.
Ween the band,
The
Ween?
music.
Yeah, Ween. They were awesome in that movie.
I haven't heard that name in a fucking dog's age,
Oh,
dude.
dude, Ween is the shit.
Wayne, that reminds you of Wayne's World.
Yeah, in a dog's age.
They have that
I don't know how
list
old
of
that
all the
is, but I
band
imagine
Heard
it's
it in
older than
dog's age
people.
and a coon's age.
Yeah.
Raccoons came on. Oh, boy, Mama just chased them off with the broom.
Come on, Forrest Gump 2. Let's do it, right?
Leave it alone.
Whoa,
Leave it
whoa,
the
Forrest
fuck
Gump
alone,
2, really?
God damn it.
Well, yeah,
No,
they already planned
Wait,
it.
but
It's
with
going to
the female
happen.
Forrest.
No, it's just going to be his son. His son is going to be Forrest Gump too.
Yes.
They already planned
But
it.
let me tell you what I
But
prefer.
about time somebody
Yeah,
found something for
no.
Haley
Yeah.
Joel Osment
His son's
to
name
do.
is Forrest.
Let me tell you what I
they,
prefer.
They planned it for making the inception of Forrest Gump was to always have a second
But there
with
would
his
be no
son.
point because
What?
it's not like all.
Because his son's gonna level up his dad. He's like, yeah, well, I actually went to the moon. I met 4 presidents. I was on the Olympic
purpose.
team. I not only did I run
And
across
I'm
country,
super fucking
but I did it on
retarded.
jet skis. Like he's just gonna do like way crazier stuff, and it's
Guess
just be
what?
like,
My girlfriend doesn't get AIDS.
yeah, my
My
yeah.
girlfriend doesn't get AIDS.
Yeah. And it didn't matter if she
And
does.
guess what,
because
Dad?
it's
I wasn't
2017,
dumb enough to
and
fuck
no one
a
cares.
hoe.
Who cares?
We don't do that
my
anymore. In
goodness.
2017, we don't even have sex.
What is he like? Smart though? Like super.
Some
smart?
guy named Spaghetti
Maybe, I don't know.
Parmesan just
Yeah,
started
like super
following
smart.
me.
My
That's
girlfriend
cool.
does
All
get
right.
AIDS, and then I figured
Right,
out the
all
cure
right.
Right,
Mambo
yeah. I
Italiano.
cured my girlfriend of AIDS
and cancer.
because it was my mission.
That
So
would be beating his father.
I think
that'd be like the tie-in. They're waiting for the cure of AIDS to
I don't know.
actually happen in a reality to have the sequel come out.
I feel like
That's
knowing
what
how to
we're
writing.
spell correctly would be
They
beating
should-
his
I
father.
cured her of AIDS.
Yeah.
I just bought a house.
Like,
Whoa! Imagine the guy that comes up with the vaccine for AIDS. His real name in real life is Forrest.
What if his whole point for coming up with it is he's so desperate for a sequel to Forrest Gump that he's like, this is the only way it's going to happen.
What if he?
I have-
What if he invented AIDS, created it, made the epidemic happen, just so he can make a
As a
movie?
child?
Right? And yeah, no, in the 80s.
In the 80s,
right?
okay,
Yeah.
so
So,
he's
like,
probably in his
whoever
teens,
directed
20s.
and wrote it,
Right.
I'm just being stupid right now.
Keep
I
going.
think you're
Well,
right.
no, he creates AIDS.
You're in up to your knees. You might as well just fucking sit your ass
You're
right down
in
into
up
it, dude.
to the elbows.
And that's why he creates it, gets all these people killed, sick. This is a terrible
Yeah.
idea. Just to make the sequel to Forrest Gump
He's
to
one
make
man.
a lot of money.
Look how much
And then-
he moved.
But they're gonna combine Forrest Gump with the Truman Show, so it's like, and that's his like reality. And like I said, I'm full of
Dan
tangents.
doesn't often go on a tear, but when he goes on a tear, he goes on a tear.
Yeah.
A tear.
Call me Tangent Dan tonight. I don't know.
Tangent
Tangent Dan.
That's your stripper name.
Well, you remember?
Tangent Dan. He
you
got
remember-
no legs.
You remember? What if the sequel is when Forrest's son is just a little boy? And you remember when Forrest was a kid and he saw Jenny growing up, he was like, Jenny's father was always a very loving man. He was always touching,
right.
kissing her. Maybe he was locking little Forrest in the dungeon, and you need to go downstairs now, little Forrest. And the second movie is about little Forrest breaking out.
Well,
About little Forrest breaking from the dungeon, slaying Daddy, and running across the Alabama
So
woods.
he's like,
as long as the
He's
sequel,
trying to
like the
escape.
Punisher.
He's trying to escape from a retarded pedophile.
as long as the sequel has Robin Wright Penn going,
America, I guess.
as long as the sequel has Robin Wright Penn going from being his mother to his love interest, I'm good. Because face it,
Talk
Tom
amongst
Hanks,
yourselves.
Sally Field went from being his love interest in Punchline to being his mother in Forrest Gump.
wow.
You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize
Yeah,
that.
I'm just saying. If you keep it all real like that, I'm good. Then. Other than that, I got no use for it.
Yeah, well, so
Is it 10 o'clock yet?
we're going to
Please?
cut to a break. That's
Yeah,
what we're
right.
going to do. So listen, this is
I'm
an
pretty
Ice
sure I
Face
just
break
said some
coming up.
awful shit about Forrest Gump. Here we are.
What's up? Where are we on
Break.
Instagram right now?
Uh,
That's a terrible thing to say about Forrest
yeah, we are supposed to be on Instagram. right now. Yes.
Ryan.
What's up? So go to Facebook and watch us, or YouTube and watch us, like right now.
Yeah. Head up there. Do that. It's for real.
Just call
So-
Forrest Gump pedophile rapist.
Big, no big.
Forrest
wouldn't
Gump,
you wanna watch this?
pedophile rapist.
Abe,
Yeah, you want to
pedophile
find out
rapist.
why? Tune in.
For
All right.
no fucking
Oh my
reason.
god, that's a terrible
I recorded
combination.
that. I didn't get it. I think I might have a memory is.
I don't know if we're gonna make a Forrest
A
Gump sequel.
shortened version of it.
We can name
Dude.
it Trumping Gump.
That's
Forrest Trump.
Bubba Trump.
Forrest Trump.
Bubba Trump Shrimp.
Bubba Trump. Trouble Bump. Trouble Bump.
Trubba Bump. I love it. That's Forever Donald's after me. Trubba
Nutty
Bump.
Adventures
Trouble
of
Bump.
a
Trouble
retarded
Bump.
shriveled
Trouble
scrotum
Bump.
like going around the country raping children.
Yeah, oh. Now we're talking about watchable TV.
Republican stew, Republican gumbo, Republican salad, red state this, red state that.
Republicans and potatoes.
I just grabbed him by his pampers.
Not getting away from me again.
Republicans and potatoes? Did that come out of you?
Yeah, Republicans and potatoes. All right, listen. So here's the deal, folks. We're live on Facebook right now. So if you go to Facebook, we're live on there. Everybody in this room should be doing this. Go there and share this fucking feed so people can watch. We're cutting to an ice in the face break. We'll be back in 25 minutes. So go fill up your beers and we'll be right back.
I'm not gonna
Good
slap
Lord.
this on Facebook because I want my grandma to see.
Well, it's
this.
funny because my aunt has been.
If there could be a food item
Yeah.
that would guarantee you'd want to fuck her, what would the item be?
Well, I mean, anything fruit related, I think.
Well,
Yeah, you're a fruity guy?
that's not exactly what I meant. I mean, like people already
well-
wear like fruity perfumes
okay,
and
so you're
shit
saying,
like
like,
that.
all right.
Oh, you know,
I mean,
what
like,
was it?
I mean, like,
Apple? Was it apple? Oh, wait, no, hold on. No, peach. When you smell peach, it's cat piss. They use cat urea to throw the scent. So whenever you smell a peach chick, if you're really into like the peach smell, you're actually into cat urine.
Is that what that is?
That's what that
That's
fucking
the
is.
tell.
so peach then is your answer.
Yeah, Peach is his answer then. No wonder he had his nose in the litter box when I came out of the bathroom before. So you're asking me like what lesser common food items smell
like a fucking
like
a
bacon,
20 piece
right?
or like
Or a 15 piece.
like
I
a
mean,
junior,
they're very
like a
different.
Wendy's Junior's
Those,
favorite
those-
cheeseburger.
those Western
that
bacon
candied
cheese.
apple cinnamon thing is that might
Yeah,
do
but
something.
there's already perfume that smells like those things.
Right.
I'm thinking of like
What?
meals
Oh, what?
here.
No?
Yeah,
You're thinking
sure.
about
Like baby, you
breaking
smell
into
exactly
Salisbury
like
steak.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this pussy
you smell
smells.
exactly like a Hungry Man dinner.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you smell like.
some Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you smell like some
Scotch.
some Roy Rogers.
Scotch would be a good one. Well, you just dump scotch on them.
Yeah, you just pour scotch all over the breasts.
and then they smell like scotch.
Yeah.
So.
Now they smell like scotch and KFC. I think they're two smells I never thought would
I
smell
guess that's
great
the point,
together.
right? Like if the KFC stink isn't you rubbing KFC all over him, it's a healthier option.
Now imagine she's lactating and the bourbon is mixing with the milk and now the KFC order's coming off and now the milk is coagulating and you get a sort of breast cheese.
Biscuits.
Whatever, man.
You want to smell her biscuits?
No.
Nobody wants to smell her biscuits. The craziest medical practices doctors thought made sense. Now, some of these are pretty obvious. Number one is the lobotomy. I mean, scraping out the front of someone's
Right,
brain
makes sense,
is probably a bad idea no matter how you cut the pie. A hot poker in the ass to combat hemorrhoids.
Well,
I gotta
it's
say
definitely
That actually
like-
would work.
I feel like that's
it
being a little
cauterizes
underrated.
it, right? You know.
yeah.
Here's the problem.
Hot poker in the ass, though. I mean, that's got to sting for a while.
Right.
You know, if you get infected, too,
Right.
like the infection end of it
And
has
people
to
back
be.
then are eating like skunk foot
Right.
and like
They're
shit
eating
dirt,
crow.
and, like you know, so they're shitting like
They're having
liquid.
a lot of goat butter.
They're shitting like liquid sandpaper
Goat butter.
through a burned anus. You know what that feels like?
Feathers
goat
and
butter.
claws and fucking.
Feels like somebody puts.
mouse
It feels
feet.
like somebody
They're
takes
eating like
Could you
goat butter
imagine?
and porridge.
yeah,
And
imagine what
like,
and just plants.
Could you imagine passing a rat claw?
Yeah, through your recently cauterized asshole. They make you eat a bag of claws to ensure that it doesn't shut all the way.
they have like colostomy bags, but it's just burlap.
Yeah,
And it's
right.
like
yeah, it's just-
tied with some twine around your
and they're like,
side.
"What's that greasy spot in your leg?" It's like, "Oh, it's just my
Can't
leaky
see.
bag.
It's my hungry man dinner.
It's my hungry man dinner done come out the side." You know what I mean? What's really great is that
Yeah, I'm happy they invented the cream.
there's like pictures, there's like illustrations of how the medical procedure was done,
I'm very
and
pleased.
basically it's folks with their asses sadly pointed into the air,
With
and
like-
some doctor like
with like a
banging
torch.
banging a hot spike
Yeah.
into their asshole
Right.
with a hammer,
Well, that was basically the lobotomy too, just minus the hot part.
and also in the ass.
Right.
There.
Oh, that was your face.
Yeah, not your face, but ass. This is probably the best
same.
way.
It's probably the same poker.
I feel like
Probably.
hemorrhoids would retreat with great, urgency when confronted with the poker. Let's see here. Radium, liquid mercury, the tapeworm diet, intentional malaria
The
infection,
tapeworm diet.
tray panning, which is basically if your brain is all inflamed, they just bang a hole in this back of your head to relieve the stress.
That actually, they still do that.
They still do that.
Yeah.
They have no choice.
Well, they
And
did
your
it by
skull's not going
they
anywhere.
did it back then by burrowing.
Sometimes you just gotta mallet
Yeah.
Mallet your way in.
Look,
Or like one of those hand crank drills.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like they had Dremel. They didn't have Dremel tools back then.
Right.
They just had like one. They just had one rock that was pointy and a rounder rock that banged the flatter end of a pointy
They had
rock.
their arms dictating the RPMs
Do you
of
think
it.
back
Yeah.
then they were like, man, one day they're going to be able to invent a KFC bath bomb.
yeah,
but
right.
until then,
let me just smash this hole in your skull.
They got your head hole up to a total of 60 RPMs.
Yeah.
60 revolutions per minute. Feeling
Hey,
the drill.
what's his face over here is really, he's really fast.
He's really
with a-
cranking it.
He's really cranking it with the tray panning spikes. He goes done. I don't know, like 60 burlocks or some other made up,
Burlocks.
some other made up time.
Or
Yeah,
lineage.
he's like done 60 burlocks per second.
What's a burlock?
except
It's
back
my
then-
surname.
It's like inches, but
Yeah.
less consistent.
Back then, though,
Oh.
like. There was no frame of reference, so it
Right.
could have meant anything.
Yeah.
The guy could have done like one tap per hour.
Yeah.
And they would have
And
been
they're
like,
like,
whoa,
what's an
60
hour? We don't have
burlocks.
time zones here.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as that.
Sex with a virgin.
But that was a medical treatment for
It was a
what
medical
ailment?
treatment. Let's see.
Being a virgin.
The troubling myth that someone infected with a social disease
Oh,
then
no.
transfer it to a virgin through sex dates back to at least the 16th century when
That
the
means
practice
the
was
virgins
first.
have to have sex with all the popular guys.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll be socially awkward too.
Yeah.
Because
Nothing ever changes, Stones.
Yeah, I guess
When the
fuck that.
practice was first documented in relation to powerful men trying to rid themselves of syphilis and gonorrhea. Sadly, this ridiculous superstition continues in some parts of the developing world. So, in other words, these guys are like, oh, my shit burns and itches and there's all
Let me get
sorts
rid
of
of this.
discharge. Here.
She's clean.
Come forward,
Yeah, come
gorgeous
here
virgin.
with
Come forward with your
vaginal
purity.
slop.
Yeah.
take
I feel as though it will draw out the demon.
take me away.
Yeah.
what was that? Was that commercial?
Yeah. And then immediately when it's over,
What was
they
that? What was
engage.
that thing? It was some kind of salt, right? It was
I don't know.
Fuck. Calgon. Calgon, take me away.
Oh, yeah.
So this is gonorrhea be gone. Take
I
me
imagine
away.
afterwards the virgin was treated to some tray panning. to alleviate the horror
Right. Well, they're
of being infected with gonorrhea on purpose.
It's like vag
I saved
I
myself
feel
for this
like
monster.
that was a
anal
time period where
pustules.
no one really got in trouble for purposely infecting other people with bullshit.
Yeah, because everybody had something.
Lived till they were like 30, so max.
So fuck it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're dead now.
Like I lived to the ripe old age of 22.
Right.
I could tell you stories.
Think of how weird it would be to live in a time period, like, because the way that you experience time would be extremely different if you knew that your lifespan was like that.
At 11,
and
I'd have
that
my
everyone
midlife
else's
crisis. I'll tell you what, I
would
wouldn't
be
wait till I was
too.
21 to start drinking. I mean, I didn't wait till I was 21 to start drinking anyway, but like, that law wouldn't exist in any society.
No, people were finding alcohol by accident back then. Animal dung was one. The clyster. It was an enema performed by a device called a clyster, which was a long metal tube with a cup at the end. So I suppose it would flush you out and then catch the whatever exited.
And then he'd put it in your face for a tip afterwards.
Yeah, here. Look what we did for you. We dug this out.
Put some coins in here.
Yeah,
and a cluster.
Yeah, we got it in the
In the cup. Put the ball in the cup.
It's like an iPhone. It's like the Clyster .4. See this? The metal is less rigid and sharp on the edge. This is less rusty.
You'll thank us for this.
Yeah, the wood is less splintery.
Is it like a
People
collapsible
waited
cup?
around the block to get their hands on this.
Yeah, they waited up all night. They
Cleansing diets everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Tray panning their children right in the sidewalk. Yeah. Clyster was a concoction of boar's bile thought to have positive effects.
Right.
Imagine being a boar and somebody is just capturing your bile in a bag.
Well,
and
they just jam their hands in there and just grab
Pull
a
it-
little.
pull out what they need.
And pull it out.
and the boar is like, this life is so good, I don't even have to shit. Somebody just comes and gets it. They just keep tossing me good shit to eat. I don't know. You'd think they want what's in here. Let's see, medicinal urine, electrical sex belts, real snake oil. Shark cartilage. There's all kinds of great stuff here.
Shark cartilage, isn't that still a thing that people...
Well, one of the most recent additions to the dubious medical treatment canon is the use of ground shark cartilage pills as an alternative form of cancer treatment. Theories about
I don't
their
think it's
healing-
curing cancer today.
Emerged in the 1950s. Blah, 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 blah. So what do we have next?
Well, let's see.
All right.
So I was reading about what people used before toilet paper was invented.
The sponge.
And I was really surprised by some of the answers.
So it's just a bunch of sticks and acorns and shit.
It was leaves, grass, stones, animal fur, sticks, snow, seashells, hands, and I saved the best for last, corn cobs.
Oh, man.
Anything you can make a roof out of, really.
By the way, it's good enough for the top of my home. It's good enough to clean shit out of my ass
Imagine
crack.
that. If someone today
Right.
walked into the bathroom with a corn cob, you'd
Yeah.
have a really different expectation of what was happening then.
Sure. I
before
right.
toilet
I don't
paper.
have to say what I assume's going on, but I got to say that all the little pockets in a corn cob are probably good for catching shit.
They're good catches, yeah.
You got to have a real calloused asshole back then,
What
by
do
the
you
way.
do with seashells?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't
mean,
know what you
isn't
do.
there a movie that
Yeah,
asks that same
Demolition
question?
Man. Yeah. He doesn't get the 3 seashells, you know? And everybody laughs at him.
Yeah, just pinch it off.
And they
You
never-
scoop
they
it.
Same with stones, man. What are you, crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the quality of the shit, I think.
Even like animal fur fucked me up because I'm like, there's like fleas
What's
and
fucked up is
ticks.
animal fur is the most realistic
Well, you don't.
one.
Wait, hold on. You don't just flea and tick your asshole up. You got to smack it against the tree a couple
There's
times.
no way that the
No,
animal.
the
animal fur they were using was
animal fur
clean.
toilet paper.
There's no way.
No way.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You just shake it out like a wet.
That's not getting shit out of anything.
But rag,
You need to get some of that black tar shampoo that gets all the chiggers out of your head.
Well,
when you're a kid.
now that I
you
know what
have
they
to
were
shampoo
using.
your toilet paper.
I know what they were using for toilet paper. I definitely want my asshole cauterized in this time frame too. Like that's definitely.
Well, that's the only way to kill all the lice off.
Can I just say that I feel like a good cauterized asshole would make for a better wiping experience because it would smooth out all your wrinkles.
Well, it's just a
I
trend
think
change.
it would just make more.
I mean, today people bleach their assholes. You know, it's just
Well, it's for good purposes.
Goes
though,
one way and
Stones.
then it goes the other. You know, just goes
If
back and
you're
forth.
a pale white porn star and you've got a brown anus, a bleaching makes sense actually, because you don't want that thing standing out like a sore eye.
I don't know.
You want
like one of those
Might be your
dick
thing.
spots.
Maybe when you pull it open a hair, there's a slight spark of pink. Maybe that's what you want to see, but the brown, you don't want to see that.
I don't know.
You know?
I mean, to each their own. I hope
guess.
everyone
Stones
lives.
is into that.
Yeah.
He
Lives
likes when the asshole is very
It's
varied from the rest.
Very varied.
Whatever color, just something off the charts.
A wide target, if you will, with a deep center. You know, very
Starfruit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's what I was thinking. What else now? Nose-picking masturbator terrorizes the New York City subway riders.
Isn't that just been happening since the subway began?
I kind of felt like it was a bullshit headline myself. And what's fucked up is that it's like Channel 4 New York. Like it's like
there's nothing else happening.
Yeah,
Channel
right,
4,
yeah.
like,
Is there not like rich people fucking us in the ass with giant sandpaper dicks at the moment? Like this is news. And how do they know the guy's 32? Authorities say a 32-year-old man riding a southbound train, 11 reported seeing masturbating. How the fuck do they know he's 32?
Do you think that he doesn't have anywhere to jerk off, or do you think that there's something specifically about the train that gets him
I think
off?
it's probably exciting to be on the train and realize you have nothing left to lose.
So he's like one of those dudes that collects railroad memorabilia.
Yeah, I don't know.
By like next level.
I did learn this week though, relating to this story, that like if he was to come on you, police wouldn't protect you from the semen.
No, they have to get you after the fact. And to speak to your earlier point about being collecting train memorabilia, all I can imagine is that every time this guy blows a load, he goes, dibs. That's mine. It's like when you lick a cookie and you put it back so nobody else can take it. Except they use semen on the train. Less than 2 weeks earlier, a 34-year-old woman had seen the suspect masturbate. Why is everyone's age being put out there?
Why does it even matter how old she is?
Why does it? How
to
do they
relate
know?
to the group of people reading the articles?
How do they know he's 32?
Right.
You know, authorities say a 32-year-old man. Like,
well, they were interviewing the cop as he's like taking this naked booger picking masturbator away.
Like if he were wearing like a traffic cone on his head that was like stapled and hot glued on, like I could be like, yeah, that's an important.
That's a 32-year-old male.
Yeah, if I've ever seen one, this is what they all look like.
They count the rings.
Yeah, 1, 2. Well, anyway, he's jerking off in New York somewhere, and they can't find him.
There's a lot of them.
Blah blah.
Jerking off.
Apparently, he's 6 foot tall. He's between 50 and 60 years old. He's 200,
Wait,
250.
50 and 60?
I thought he was 32. What do you mean?
Yeah, what the fuck? The man was last seen wearing a light blue jacket and
He's
blue
been
jeans.
doing this for 20 years.
And he's only done it twice, and it's made the papers.
God.
Oh, I'm sorry. The 32-year-old man saw the suspect on the train. That's what
you
it
know,
is.
Rick, you're changing your whole shit
Yeah, I know.
here.
I'm changing my shit up.
You can't trust those millennials.
Yeah. They don't know. They think 14's 56. They don't know. They don't know shit.
They don't know what masturbation is. If they did, they wouldn't be attacking Harvey Weinstein so hard.
Too soon? Come on. No good. All right. Candidate.
Wait a
minute. Let me move on here. Woman, no. Oh my God. I had a good one I wanted to read to you guys. Okay, the bath bombs was one of them, but Sarah already beat me to the fucking punch. This is nothing. How to avoid a wiki? How to avoid chigger bites?
How to avoid them to start with?
Well, after you wiped your ass with an animal fur,
or a corn cob. That
or
was
a corn cob.
Chigger nest.
Fresh out the field. Let's see. You guys want to guess what number 1 is? Part 1.
don't go near any chiggers.
Close. It says avoid areas with chiggers.
That's like the obvious number one advice. And like honestly, if the list only had that one thing on it,
I'd be like, done. I win. Avoid that's like if you don't want to get any STDs, avoid sex.
That's not even good enough anymore.
Yeah, I know. You could just
don't use public restrooms.
Pick that shit up in the air.
Dude,
you know?
You can get it at the salad bar.
Yeah.
What?
You can get herpes from hot tubs. Like you can't be safe around people. They're fucking gross.
Yeah, they're pretty disgusting.
What did you refer to them as the other day? Acid dripping rat faces, I believe.
Something like that.
Acid dripping rat faces. Step 2, sit strategically.
Sounds like something I'd say.
Look, avoid sitting or lying directly on the ground during the summer months. Instead, bring a folding chair. Can I just say something? Chiggers don't give a fuck where you are if you're near the ground, I feel.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got the capability of
They're
climbing
not
a chair.
like, oh, that
if they
guy's
can
in
climb
the
your
chair.
leg, they can climb a chair.
Yeah. That guy's in the chair. Leave him be.
Yeah. That aluminum.
Yeah, and those rubber holding things. That must be an old chair. Let's see. What's some other good ones? Keep chiggers off your body. There's all sorts of pictures and diagrams. Like some guy holding a hand of cocaine.
Someone sat down and was like, I'm going to write this article. I'm going to answer this question for someone.
Apply sulfur.
Obviously.
If you're wary of the chemicals
just rubbing
in DEET,
cabbage.
you can try dusting your clothing with sulfur. That sounds safe.
Yeah, because then nobody will go near you.
Yeah, no one will fuck you for sure.
Chiggers or people.
Nothing.
That's a good idea then.
Let's see. It will have or smell like rotten eggs. Powdered sulfur. Yeah. Well, you know.
Good thing. Good side, bad side.
I feel like if you're gonna go outside and that's your fucking like game plan, you just better not to go outside.
Right.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you.
Oh, boy.
You're Italian. It's called Italians or Italians, but it's only referred to as Italy, not Italy.
So.
What's up with that?
I don't know. I don't talk to those assholes who say Italian.
Yeah. Well, is it derogatory to call somebody Italian?
I think that it probably depends on the intention. If you were like, hey, you fucking greasy Italian, it probably means something derogatory.
Eating some spaghetti over there, Italian?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But it's just not Italy.
Well.
It could be. It could be whatever.
Whatever you want. Just words and things are stupid.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Got it.
Man reports unexploded World War II bomb that turns out to be a zucchini.
Well, it's a shitty bomb.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tiny-ass bomb.
A man in the German town of Breton reported finding an unexploded bomb from World War II in his home garden. Dude, he didn't know he was growing his own fucking zucchinis.
It was one of those stray wild zucchinis.
Oh, I see. It just sort of made its way there.
Out.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't recognize this one.
Right.
Yeah.
But I know a much more likely solution.
Because we're German.
Yeah. Clearly, this World War II bomb would just appear in my garden that I've been working in all summer, right on the surface. Just totally fine.
I wonder what that phone call to the precinct was like.
Well, he was 81 years old, so he's probably like,
these damn Nazis.
Goddamn bomb in my yard. And the guy's like, what? I can't understand you. There's a bird. What? Or what? I don't know. All right, let's see here. I'm going to move on.
Could have been the dispatcher.
Naked Chandler man attacks dad with a Swiffer wet jet.
Did he use
the Swiffer wet jet squirts water outward, right? So like that's pretty good to blind someone.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're trying to get somebody down real quick and out of the way, maybe a good
Swiffer would work.
It is a good shotgun with a bayonet type thing. You know, you got the jet, and then you got a giant pole.
Yeah, you just stick it in your neck with the pole.
Like how much damage was dealt?
Authorities say the argument turned physical when McPherson followed his father into the bedroom. His mother left the house but was caught in the garage and brought back into the home. McPherson stood in the doorway. Let's see. Man, where the fuck is
Stood in
it?
the doorway sweeping.
Police say they
Getting
found an
mopping
empty
blood all into the floor.
Police say they found an empty whiskey bottle in his room in the house. You know what's fucked up? You know what the story really is about? A drunk guy that got in a fight with his dad.
Right.
But they picked out the one benign 4 seconds that happened where the
Right.
guy maybe chucked a Swiffer that was in his way for half a second.
It's probably the grocery store brand too.
Yeah, right.
It's
yeah.
not authentic.
Yeah.
It's not even a Swiffer.
It's like a Swifter. Dad's like, I never dreamed I'd have a son who's not even good enough to hit me with a real Swiffer. You fucking loser. And then he squirts him in the eyes like, my eyes! Oh my god. And the guy was naked when he did it. Who the hell attacks their dad naked? You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, people that are cool with that whole thing are it's just weird.
what,
naked
for the
Like they're like
parents?
the parent comes in while the other person's like in the bath and like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just,
get out of here, man. This is, you know, it's a one-man room. Fuck off.
You're gonna be your drummer.
Are we back?
Right?
Hey,
Yeah.
what's
Hello.
up, everybody? Welcome back. Awesome Talk. Are we back?
We're
We're back. Season 9, Episode 4 on December 5th, 2017. We have returned to you. So welcome back.
We tried.
Return of the Derelicti.
Yeah, the Derelicti, if you will. That's our alien
Yeah, you say
name.
tomato, I say
It's
tomato.
our alien name.
Tomato.
Tomatoes. Potatoes.
Tomato,
Tomato.
potato.
Love potatoes.
Are you an orange? Are you an orange?
Republicans and potatoes.
That would be the name of this episode if I had the name of Republicans and Potatoes. Yeah.
Republicans rubbing potatoes.
Ah,
I don't. That's a weird visual.
anybody
Yeah.
rubbing potatoes is kind of a strange visual.
Shit, you gotta pull
But if
that
they were
aside.
like red t-shirts and jackets,
I like
suits and,
taters.
yeah.
Well, look, welcome back to the show.
just mumbling
Yeah.
into nothing.
Yeah.
That's why we need
Yeah,
we need
potatoes.
Stones,
That's like
we
my
need Stones
favorite
here on
thing
the
to do.
piano.
Yeah,
Dude, I asked Stones to do it. I want Stones to do.
100th episode, dude.
I want Stones to do dramatic piano during the show
And-
live
and-
in the background.
Get-
So you know, like when you watch like a sitcom and there's music playing
Dress
all the
him up
time.
in a velour
he would
out
like do
three-piece.
that music.
He has
So
to
like
have an
whenever
ascot.
there's a tense
Yeah.
music, a tense moment, he would make tense sounding music.
I
You know
said
what I
he
mean?
could put a tip jar on the keyboard.
Yeah, and
I
wear a
think it's
bowler's
beautiful.
cap.
I think all that's
And no
gonna happen is
promises or
Stones is gonna
anything.
just bang the keys over
If you
everything.
throw a
we
bowler's
say.
cap into any deal, I think you're solid.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
That
bowler's cap or a monkey. Can't go wrong.
and a curly mustache.
Wait,
Curly
a what
mustache
cap?
kind of played, but
Bowler?
A curly mustache is one of those things where I understand why you say it's played,
like those,
but it's not really played.
No, not at all.
It's like-
Listen, I understand what you're saying. It's eternal.
It's a
but-
played idea,
Yeah.
but not that many people really do it. It's still like I don't see curly mustaches everywhere I go. It's like once every couple of weeks, like I'm in Asbury Park and I see one, I'm like,
You see a
whoa,
hipster? Yeah.
like I can barely grow a mustache, you know, and like this guy's got curls in his.
It sounds like mustache envy.
It's there's a bit of stash
Yeah.
envy.
Yeah, well,
going on.
you do have a whole hair sort
That's my new metal band name, Stash Envy.
body hair sort of thing going on.
I have a body hair thing.
Oh yeah, dude.
How do you mean?
Well, the only thing I remember from Blackout Ben Franklin night was you going, "You have some nice chest hair."
well-
You're looking down, my shirt ripped open, my belly's sticking out, and you going, "You have some really nice chest hair."
Just trying to pay you a compliment.
I understand the number. I'm just saying. No,
Trying to pay you a nice compliment.
I'm not. It's not a bad thing. I respect your grooming skills or your
I
grooming
think about
aspirations.
I think about the human body a lot.
So,
I posed a question recently about growing an arm out of the center of your back directly above your asshole.
Does
And
it
I'm
bend down
wondering-
or up?
Well, that's the big question.
Or just a flip around. I mean,
The elbow would have to be on like a.
Pray tell
a
why.
rotator, like a
rotator
universal,
cuff.
like a universal rotator cuff.
Like
Yeah,
a
like
claw
I
machine.
I would
No.
totally do that, man. You just beat the shit out of people behind you.
Dude, sitting down becomes a pain in the ass. You can always break.
No,
your
no,
arm.
you lift it up. It's a tail, whatever. But it's an arm. If it's
I
a
mean,
universal rotator
it gives
cuff,
a new
you could probably
definition
have
to a high five or a low five.
What
like,
side is the thumb on?
That matters.
That matters. What side is the thumb on?
You get 2 thumbs
Can
on
I
this
find
guy.
my prostate with this tail? That's the real question.
Dude, if you could finger your own ass with your own backhand.
and still have one for the balls and one for the shaft.
Oh my god, dude. Evolution. Fuck.
It's the ultimate solution. End game. Over.
What's the end of the human race?
No, just the end of that pursuit, right? What else is there to go?
Yeah.
You want a leg as well? I mean, what are you gonna
And
do
do
with a leg?
what with it?
What are you gonna do with an
Yeah,
extra
you're
leg?
asking for a lot, Rick.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
An extra leg's not gonna do
I'm
me
just-
any
I'm
What would
saying
you do with an extra leg?
You need to
That's
stop.
my-
You
I'm
need
taking
to
that line
stop
home with
applying
me
brush
tonight.
strokes.
What
That's
would
all.
you do with an extra
What would you do
leg?
with an extra leg?
Nothing. Nothing. You
It'd
wouldn't
be
go
real
jogging.
Be a
Where
soccer
does
star.
it go?
Oh, you know what this
Okay.
Speaking of extra body parts and stuff like that,
Please.
I have a friend that's like super big into like robotics and like nanotechnology and nanobots, like fixing your innards and stuff like that. He's also obsessed with
2 dicks.
robots and like sex robots for whatever reason. Like the future of sexuality is going to include robots, and they actually make these legit like sex robots now that are like very lifelike. They're emotional. They can talk to you. All this other stuff.
They're necessary.
Right, but
But
the
do they
company,
know to not put the milk behind the vegetables?
I don't know.
You can
But here's
punch
the thing.
a robot.
Here's the thing. The company that is making them is they're making custom robots for people to have like like added features, colorations like that. And they said
They bruise.
they maybe
I want someone gonna bruise like an apple.
maybe they'll bruise.
Not like
But
not
what they
like a
said
cherry, not
was
like a tomato.
their number one biggest request for custom made robots is a third tit. So it's like 2 breasts and then one in the middle,
The
kind of
old
like
Total Recall.
like Total Recall. I feel like that's what it has to be.
Fuck this
And
all
they're
up.
like, this is crazy. Like, why do people want 3 boobs?
It's not people. It's our generation wants that.
What
Because
about
we
it?
were
I'll tell
twisted
you-
by that. Because seeing 3 tits, not just seeing 3 tits, but seeing them done in such a way in a movie where it was almost believably well done.
Yeah.
And we're all young men at that time, right? It had an effect on us. Now, what does it say in terms of social study? How easy is it to control us in what we do?
Oh, it's so easy.
To the point where one of the biggest requests that this guy gets is 3 tits.
That
I'm
would be
telling you
so.
that's where
I'm
that
so
comes
old.
from.
That's so far down my line.
And what,
Number
wait,
one.
Wait, what do you mean?
What would you have on a robot?
See,
Well,
I don't want to know actually. No. Why would I have
I would
that?
have an extra hand down by the vagina area. There's somewhere in there
They just
just
slap
to
you
work,
away.
just to work things. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever, you know.
Wait, yes, I want that third arm above her ass so it can
goes
smack
like-
me
No, I don't want to know
that while it hugs me.
Exactly.
Goes like this.
Because you can start very
No,
simply with
it's
that.
not. It goes like this. Just a
But the
little,
back
every
arm-
once in a while it strokes in a downward motion.
And as long as it has some
And then
sort of
tickles
artificial
again,
intelligence
and
that I
that's
can pick
pretty
up what I
much it,
like,
you know, it's
and just
just
like
like that.
continue to explore
Just like
those.
that.
No, I'm
Yeah,
going
sure.
home. I see you guys later. This is I didn't mean.
Maybe fingertips that secrete some sort of lubrication.
Hey, perhaps.
You know?
Hey,
But you bring up a good
Hey,
point.
this is
A third-
engineering. We're just
tip is
talking
fine.
engineering. That's it.
Imagine
gotta-
if the ass hand had a mind of its own.
Well, no,
ass
I'm
hand.
talking more like a tank
That's a
hand.
great
The ass
point.
hand.
I'm talking more like a tank hand. What I
If
say?
the ass hand had a mind
Is there anything on your
The
body
tan.
that has a mind of
The
its own?
Yeah, your
Twidgets.
penis.
Yeah,
Or the
great.
fan.
Well, your
The
penis.
T-hand.
The older you get, the more in control of your penis I think you are.
No, it totally still controls me more
don't
than
know.
so. Than when I was a
That's
kid.
not even what I mean. What I mean
Listen,
is it's like,
me and my
like
Anything
penis are
but
like
move on
this
its own.
size.
Like,
That's
like,
relationship.
I'm not gonna
Born in the
smack
womb.
him on like.
my
no,
pinkies are pretty useless. Like I can barely control them. They don't do anything. They're weak. They're
Oh,
shitty.
your
you
pinkies.
know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
I
like,
know. I'm good with my.
Look,
dude,
I can pick up
I
a
can
thing
spread
with
them
it.
real
My
well. I
point
can
is
play
this.
guitar. I can use
I
them
can
for
type on a
construction
keyboard.
measures.
she
I can go like
poses
this.
the question.
I use
See,
my
look, I'm
pinkies
using
a
my
lot,
pinky right now. I
actually.
got total control over it. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm wrong. She
Right.
poses the question: what if your back arm and hand had a mind of
Right,
their
that's
own?
beautiful.
Well,
What
that's
would
a
it
problem.
do?
It would
Any
just
body
my
part has
prostate.
got a mind of its
Exactly
own.
what
I
told
hope.
them
I hope
so.
it would just give you massages all day.
You got to handcuff it to your own neck all day.
And if it had a mind of its own,
What would
could
you
you
have to do
feel
that
it?
in return? I mean, I don't want
What do you mean a mind of its
I don't
own,
want
though?
appendage I have to
But wait, no, but
negotiate
I
with.
mean, like, how does that?
Just
What do you
saying.
mean
I
mind?
have-
What do you mean
I'm
mind?
going to apologize for this whole night. I feel like me being on all those tangents I was on before has bled off onto you guys because this is the weirdest tangent we've ever
No,
gone on.
we're talking about robots and this event.
What do you mean? What do you mean mind of its own? Like, what do you mean mind of its own?
Like you can't feel it.
And your back and hands have a mind.
Like a Siamese hand.
What's the
Sort of
line? Like, would they do anything? Like, if I asked for a sex robot that was just covered in vaginas, would they be like, yeah,
vagina
sure,
pot.
Yeah.
like, whatever? Or are they like, no, that's too
Crazy.
far. That's too many vaginas.
Yeah.
Is there a line to their?
They draw a line somewhere. I don't know.
If you
Sure.
find a company that can build you a robot vagina,
Like,
if they've gone that far, I don't think they'll have any problem with stepping it up to 20 vaginas.
Yeah.
20 robot vaginas.
I don't think
all
they'll
with
have
warming
any
agents.
problem.
All with their
So
own.
all your
I
friends
don't
can come
think
and
you
put
have
on the
to
same
worry
doll
about
with you.
Bruising.
Invite all your friends.
I don't think you have,
This is what we call perfecting the bro cuddle.
I don't think you have to worry about the morality
this is a
of
The
the
okay
vagina.
cookie has got a little more professional.
Like, I don't think that they're going to be worried about it. I think if you need 20, 30, 40, 50 vaginas
How much?
mounted to one surface, I think they're up to the I think that's like, all right, boys, we got 48 hours. We're going to do this. We're going to make 20 vaginas in 48 hours, boys. Let's go.
Well, just
Hold
imagine
on,
what
let me
you
ask you
can use them for cubby holes.
Yeah,
Things.
fucking A, whatever.
You know?
Like,
So let me make a
it's
comparison.
just about doing it.
Let me make
They're not
a
thinking
comparison.
about your
Literally,
sex
little
life.
whore drawers.
When you go to a theme restaurant, like Mars
Vaginaville.
2012, whatever the fuck it's called, right?
Vaginaville Steak Company.
The Vaginaville Steak Company. But really,
He liked that one.
really, you're going.
Stones would be breaking out the wow over that one.
Listen to me. When you go to Mars 2112, right?
Yes.
You're paying mostly for the
Mars, that
atmosphere.
place closed years ago.
No, it's still open.
Is it?
You're paying for the atmosphere, right? The food sucks. The place is amazing. It's amazing to go there.
what is it?
It's this restaurant in New York City that's themed as Mars. So when you go in, you actually load into a ship that supposedly takes off. You can go to Mars and just like eating dinner on fucking Mars,
Or you can
right?
skip the
Sea
2.5
rations.
hour line and just
How
walk
you
to
go?
the
Like
doors
shit.
and go to Mars.
No, they bring you like
Hang on.
watered down marinara
They
sauce
have
and
an
like some
option.
overcooked
And then you
chicken.
have cheese spaghetti and stuff like
My
that.
point
yeah.
is this:
You do have the option.
request
you
a
can go on the
robot.
ride, or you can go in. The
You request a
restaurant.
robot with 20 vaginas on it, right? Now that is such a spectacle. I wonder how much time and effort and money is put into other features like the face. Like, if you're concerned with 20 vaginas, do you care what the face of that sex robot looks like?
Yeah.
I think
Because if
so.
it like comes out looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm gonna be
I
fucking
hope.
pissed.
I
Right, yeah,
really
yeah.
hope that you do.
Dude,
Well, what if
honestly-
all the
Well, I'm
vaginas
sure it's
hang
customizable.
on?
Wizard.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I was just picturing a stump on the ground with 20 vaginas.
A
There
giant
was no person.
No, the whole point is that
There
these
was
are
no
actually people.
A
There was
Chinese
no-
stump?
No, it was just a stump to
with two
fuck
extra
like
arms
that.
out of the back of
With
his ass to
20
move it around like
vaginas, whatever. That's it.
Oh
Like,
It's got two
Oh,
arms.
wait.
It crab walks.
It's the hermit giant.
No, I
It's
don't
like
like
when
that
the
visual.
alien that the.
It's a crab walking vagina
I hate
stump.
it. I hate
It
it.
jumps out of
walking.
somebody's
Oh,
chest
and it's all
then
skin and
they
meat
call
colored.
it-
Wait,
when
like
the
you
nerves
can,
are sexual.
we can
Oh,
sum up.
meat
We can
colored.
add this episode into past episodes where we often talk about AI and robots and stuff like that.
Perfect.
And like the conundrum we have is
it's
natural
hashtag
evolution
AI
of
and
life
robots.
to turn into robots. Like, how do we know that robots actually aren't alive and thinking and actually have a soul?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
But now here's the conundrum we have is like, what is happening when someone has a sex robot, even if they're married, even. And like, what if you like start having feelings for your robot? Like, you're at work and you're like, I really wish I was just
Like,
home
I
with my
miss the
robot.
fuck
I
out
miss
of my robot.
I miss my robot. And like, is that what? Like, is that a classification of like some kind of form of crazy?
Well, it's happening.
Or
I
is
think,
it- or
if robots ever have soul, it'll be because we put it in them without knowing it.
Listen to me.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like how we
Like
got
Ghost in
our
the
soul.
Shell.
Yeah.
Somebody
I
gave
had
us
this
our soul without us
conversation- I had
knowing.
this conversation
Like
with
that.
that.
Somebody
Really?
didn't put a
Souls are
zero
important
in
to
the
get
right
in there.
place, and these motherfuckers can
I
analyze
worry
us.
that human beings
know?
are nothing more than evolutionary middlemen. Okay?
Maybe.
Okay?
Maybe.
Like our
I don't think
predecessors
that's-
before
we're
we
just really good
human-
at creating
Really,
stuff.
but
Hold on.
Why
Our
would you want to be the end of the
predecessors-
line though?
Our predecessors before us, who were cave people, they had it all figured out. We fuck, we hang out, we make fires, right? Then
Big
there's
three,
us,
big three, big
and
three.
we're destined. We've become destined to make something better than ourselves. So we could
Fools.
create
Ah,
a
shit, dude.
cyborg
If you
race
have- if-
smarter than us,
if you
faster
have-
than us,
if you
stronger
have
than us,
eyes,
and we
ears-
just die out.
If
And
you
we're
have-
destined to be something better
It
ourselves.
is kind of
Now-
talking about that. Like, just for 1 second, it is kind of interesting thinking like that. The first robot, realistically human-like, is a sex robot. kind of like muting out our
our
reproduction.
That's what provides us our will to live.
It depends on the way that you mean it, because it's not human-like in the sense of it's intelligent.
No, but the robots are. They're emotional. They will stroke your head and they love
they're
you.
Not the most
I think it's the
advanced
greatest
form
idea
of
for
AI
population control that anybody's ever done.
Exactly.
There's a
Not
vast
for
difference
nothing.
between like the robot committing the act of like stroking your head and like loving you and like actually loving you.
But if you
know
don't-
what I mean? Like,
Here's the next advancement. We're gonna learn how to take
it's like the robot
eggs.
has feelings of love for you.
So you think the robot can have feelings?
No.
I do.
No, I don't.
Or
How are we different? Because they're made.
It's all
they're-
energy.
Hold on.
It's all-
Because
it's
there's
all light and love.
chemicals in your
It's
brain.
a it's a
fucking-
program.
This is just a meat computer.
Right.
It's
Right.
no different.
No,
it
no,
matters
no.
exactly
No, but
just
yours
as
is
little.
all
I agree with you.
Yeah,
Me and
but
you are on the same
yours-
page. I get it.
I agree. It was
Nobody on this planet is reprogramming yours. You are.
We're just- we're
really?
programming.
Nobody's
We're
programming
just-
them, programming
That's
them.
not
Have you watched
true.
TV lately?
Hey, our boy up there on the wall.
Read the
He
news.
just said we're all condensed energy, collectively.
I don't see Tesla up there.
No, not Tesla.
what?
Bill Hicks.
Tesla is up there actually.
Bill Hicks'
Yeah.
greatest line.
the Joker?
We're all energy
We're all
condensed
just-
to
yeah.
a slow vibration.
Yeah, exactly. So robot is also the same energy condensed. So like, are the emotions of this programmed robot the same? Because if you think about it, our day-to-day life programs us how to feel. And
Hey, does it matter if they make you feel? Does it really matter what they're feeling? I'm saying it matters in a
Yeah.
bigger sense as in kindness to another, because I know you feel so. But if a robot didn't feel but still made you feel like you're feeling, for example, when the next step comes along, when they take out an egg and put it in vitro in a robot's belly and allow you to inseminate that artificially by fucking it, all right, you will fall in love with that robot. I'm just saying, possibly.
You will fall in love with
right,
that
right,
robot.
but that's what I'm saying. And if you fall in love with the robot, and if the robot has no concern other outside of itself, what does it really matter in the bigger picture?
My biggest
but
I love
hold
that
on a
you
minute.
can I real quick though?
So you're saying
To-
the
to-
act of
no,
like,
I just
loving
want to
something
piggyback.
creates love in general.
Well, of course, it's like art.
No,
It's form and
but
function.
here's I wanted
But
to
if it's
take what
just
he
not
just said.
Well,
Like
no, but-
a step farther, if robots, if computers, if anything ever takes us over, it's gonna be because of the people who program them to try and understand them and feel them.
I don't agree with that.
No, I
I'm
believe
sorry.
it's gonna be because
Robots
of,
were created to
I
build cars, man. They were created to make money, dude.
I know, but I think
Artificial
the
intelligence-
people who try and create companions out of them are the ones who are gonna
But
give them the
we
tools.
have
to take
created
us,
technology already that has already learned to teach itself.
wait,
It already
Yeah.
doesn't need
Did you-
us
did
anymore.
you
It's
read
teaching
that
itself a
article?
specific
So if it
thing.
can teach itself and
Yeah.
already be faster and smarter than us, where
No,
are we
but you're
wait,
looking at
wait,
it like
did-
it's a lot. Like
did
no,
you-
it's teaching itself things, but it's not teaching itself like by like recognition. Like it doesn't look at you.
Yes,
and teach.
it
No,
is.
it does not.
Sarah.
I don't think that you'll be able to
It's
program
data.
something
It's
into a
data.
robot
They
that
are
we don't
teaching
fully
So is
comprehend
this.
ourselves.
Yes, but they don't exist.
Right, but
I'm
there's
saying
serendipity, though.
well, here, wait. I'm gonna
extent.
expand on that. Did you read that article?
Yes.
It was a while.
Yes.
I don't remember the exact date, but the scientists have a robot, and what they were doing was coming up with a program so it makes translating languages easier. And what they learned was that this robot figured out the flaws and created another language within itself to translate the other languages for what it was designed to do.
Yeah.
And these scientists were like, "Whoa, fuck."
It was
This
the
is
Google
crazy.
AI.
Right,
Yeah,
Skynet and Skynet engaged.
Right, they were just like, holy shit, and they actually did the right thing. They
That's
no, they
not-
pulled
hold
the
on.
plug. They pulled it. They shut it down.
Yeah, that's some bad mojo, man.
The thing
They
about that
pulled the
story was
plug.
interesting.
Yeah, it happened.
Pentagon, of course,
Was
came
that
and
the
went to the
language?
garbage can.
Right, the robot realized how stupid our
It assimilated.
ciphering was,
It
and it fixed
assimilated.
it.
It taught
Let
itself
her get
that
it out.
it taught
Go.
itself
Yeah, yeah,
flaws.
go.
Hold on.
The thing about that story that's interesting is that the language that the computer created, that the AI created, the scientists couldn't crack, and they couldn't understand what the computers
Yes.
were saying to each other.
Yes.
Right.
That
And
is
that's
the-
what's interesting
yes,
about
is
the
that the
story.
computer it did it in and of itself. It went outside of its program language.
Imagine if they were,
Right, which is
imagine if
what
they
I'm
were only
saying.
trading
Yeah.
recipes or something.
Which is good, but it doesn't mean
I
that
hope
it's,
that's
it
what
doesn't
it
mean that
was.
it's watching you. It just means that it's
Trading
intelligent.
pictures
It's
of
more
your
intelligent
lunches.
than we are.
Right.
And we,
But
if
they're-
we
Play
take that
paper, rock,
job,
scissors.
yeah,
No, but hold
if
on,
we
no.
can't understand
Hold
what
on.
we're
But,
creating.
technology
I
can
really wish
already
that's
do
what they
so
were
much
doing.
and read so much and collect so much data. It's faster than the human brain. So my
Yeah.
point is, to me, the internet already has a soul.
Well,
It's
like
the equivalent
soul.
of a soul.
I don't think
It
you
is
have
a
a soul. I
beehive.
don't think I have a soul.
No, I don't either.
think
But
no,
whatever
I don't
makes
think
you,
internet
makes
took
you,
your
you,
soul.
okay, for lack of a better word,
No,
a soul.
I don't-
It's alive. and it informs us.
No,
it's
it's
a
alive
hive
because
mind.
of the people who
Yeah, it has a
contribute
hive
to
mind,
it. If
and
the
it
people
has
who contribute to it stop contributing to it,
It is
it's not
contained.
alive.
That
To a
is also
degree.
very, very true.
I
have a bottle of
It's
Poison.
not.
Like
it doesn't
we don't know
exist.
if the internet has.
It is the conversation that carries across.
Here's an
it.
interesting
That's all
concept
it
thing
is.
about
Yeah.
it. Like Einstein always talked about it. It's more important rather not to know things or like learn things, but your imagination was most important. So if the internet had an imagination, that's fascinating.
Yeah,
I think
AI
that does it. I mean, in fucking iRobot, it did.
How imaginative do you have to be to invent your own language? Ooh.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
But I don't
But
think
that's not the
invented.
No,
internet. and
no,
That's
maybe
not the
it's
software we're
That's
using.
more of like a
Not
formula
Well,
thing.
you know-
Yeah, but that's
Because
exactly.
what
Humans
that
invent
robot
language
did
all the
was
time,
like
though,
make
you know.
Well,
these languages out of formulas. But like love and hate and all that stuff, like that's not formulated, and like people don't even really fully understand how we like go through that. Like aside from like chemicals in our brain. So like how are you gonna program? Like if you look up love in a dictionary, it just says like a very strong feeling towards something. You
Right.
know, and like how are you gonna program that into a robot?
Well,
How do you-
Because
here's
you're
how
Why,
you
wait,
do
wait, but why do they have to?
Right.
But you
Maybe
have to
because
because it would just like create.
Human beings
If they're able to
That was
deconstruct,
my
like
if they're able to
we're
deconstruct the
romanticizing like a
process
chemical
of creating those
reaction.
feelings.
It's
No, we're glorifying sentiment.
No, hold on a second.
Sentiment
No, I'm going
holds
to answer this
people
question
back.
directly. All right? If we don't
No,
have
but
to.
yeah, you'd have to explain
Well,
to
let
the
him finish.
machine what that means.
No,
No,
you
you
don't. No, you don't. All you have to do is explain to the machine how to process things in a way that just happens. I just saw a
Yeah,
special on
true.
memories.
interactions
How
with
memories
humans
aren't just
I have,
stored and we
the
go.
more I
They're
learn.
actually
Well,
everything gets fires
yeah,
off
what it
the
means.
same way we recreate that every time. And they're learning how to do
Okay.
that by firing synapses and
Yeah,
stuff like
right.
that. So if we can teach a machine the process to come to those conclusions, they very well may. It's a million monkeys on a million typewriters in a million years making Shakespeare. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But there's also serendipity involved, right? But we don't have to teach them this is love. We can just teach them this is
what happens when you
this is
love.
what happens when you
Right.
feel when this chemicals are released in interaction with this. And if you can have them sense, if you can have a machine sense that or know how to process that, whether it's in ones and zeros or by punching a hole in a fucking wall, they're feeling something, or they're taking something with that data and they're processing it, and they're able to reflect it back or refract it back, or just treat you like an asshole because you think you love them.
Anybody see the new Blade Runner yet?
No,
We
I
just
heard
said
it's
that
good though.
before.
You should
I
see
heard
it.
it's good.
Because it informs this conversation in a really weird way, and I know it's just a movie, but the way they explore the idea of technology as sort of alive versus organic human beings being alive, and those crossovers, like really truly blows your fucking mind. Like it's really
very small.
fucking well done because like he has a girlfriend basically who's more or less like a hologram, but the hologram is
That's even
constantly-
crazier than a robot.
constantly collecting data on him. And through this data on him, she is falling more and more in love with who he is. And it's really, really insane. And before, well, I don't want to give it away, but
Yeah, that's fine.
all I want to say is that, like, it's really weird to think that all that program is doing is reacting to the data it's receiving, and human beings are really doing that too.
Sure, so that was exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, and I think that sentiment is something that's really weirdly important to us, but it also holds us back in a lot of fucking ways.
Sentiment's like the
The
residue.
most successful
the broken
people in the
beak,
world,
shit like that.
some of the most successful people in the world are the most like dead inside, and because nothing holds them back, they don't care about what they think real art is, or what morals are, or what the best thing to do is. All they think about is success, move forward. This is the math. This is how you win.
Which means that in some cases, sentiment is the only thing that saves us as people who feel about doing the right thing and not doing.
Well,
what
that's the
they
problem
can
I
do.
always said forever.
You know
Our
what I
problem
mean?
in
Like,
society is
that's-
sociopaths.
And that's what I was trying to say.
Not even
before.
psychopaths,
Like, I
just
don't
even
think
sociopaths.
our-
What if we're the
like,
problem?
I think it's
What if
great.
we're all sociopaths?
I love the technology and I love the idea of all of it, but I see a fucking culture of fucking idiots who we would unleash a bunch of knowledge on, who would take it and do the worst possible things with it. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
don't
I
have
do
to
know.
feel that
I
way.
do know. I've
You
seen it.
don't
No, I believe
You don't
that. If singularity was to happen today, it would probably cause the apocalypse. It would probably, like, nukes would fly, everything would go horribly.
And for everybody
fucking
like
wrong.
you that says that, there's somebody else on the opposite
Yeah,
side
and
of the
that's
table that
great,
says
and
the
that's
opposite.
fine. Okay, whatever.
So,
I'm
like,
just saying that
I'm not invalidating
I
your
didn't
point of
say
view.
that, though.
I'm just
Like,
saying.
No, it's not me saying it. It's just reality. I'm just looking at,
He's just processing everything. This is what he's outputting to you.
Right.
Okay.
He's processing what I'm saying and
I'm
outputting.
seeing it all, and it's just got, like, that's, I mean, the way the world works right now, the way things are going on, what the fuck would happen if we had that kind of technology? Shit would go fucking sideways.
We do have that.
Well,
kind
what
of
would happen? What would happen
Yeah.
if people drove around and things that blew fire up and to move them from one town to another? I mean, you know, we're doomed. Look, face it, we're doomed. No matter what,
we're fucked,
everything's
dude.
doomed.
Exactly.
And not
It's
by our own
checkmate.
doing.
I'm
It's
not
the
trying
nature.
to add more
entropy.
weapons.
I'm a little offended
Yeah.
here, man. I say this shit all the time and I get dumped on as a negative person. And you two fucking guys are sitting there like, you're all fucked. We're doomed.
No. But you know, that's not being a negative person. I still have hope. I see the darkness, but I'm looking for the light. Okay, and that's the difference between me
with that,
and
you know what I mean?
That's the
You
difference
are
between you. That's why you're a negative person. We never the Light Brothers. Luigi and Mario.
You are the light brother. You guys are too fucking optimistic, man.
Dude, let me tell you, there's a lot of darkness out there, man.
Fuck this. I'm just fucking with you guys. I'm just fucking with you guys. Oh my god. We're doing all right tonight, man. We got a lot of people tuning in here and there. It's fucking
That shit
great, man.
has me thinking that those robots from Austin Powers were just later prototypes of T-1000s.
You know what it is,
Just
man?
throw
You're a
some
young
titties
man,
on it.
and all you're thinking about are the titties.
He's got
That's
a
all
fembot.
it is. You're a young man,
Fembot
and you're
complex.
just thinking about the titties. That's all you're doing.
Based on the first
Me,
half.
you're the one with all the dirty pictures.
Based on the first half
Dirty
of the show.
pictures.
I don't
Yeah,
think
they're all
when the
photocopied.
singularity happens, there's going to be just a bunch of random nuclear wars because it would so directly threaten the machines that achieve singularity in the first place. It wouldn't
First
be
off, the
because
aliens are going
humans-
to shut that shit down like they do
The
every
thing
couple
that would
decades,
happen
right, Dan?
when the
What's that?
The aliens
happens
going to come along and
is
shut that shit down.
Yeah,
like
totally.
they
We
do.
don't do
Let
it
her
straight
finish.
up.
When the singularity happens, what would honestly happen is we wouldn't know what was happening because it would be almost immediately like what Google AI did.
Of
We
course.
wouldn't know how to understand the language that they were suddenly talking in. It would be it
That's
would be
my
such
point,
an enormous leap forward that it would be like ants trying to communicate with humans. Like it wouldn't matter.
But we're the ants.
We wouldn't, yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Like we wouldn't
See,
even
yes.
It's weird
understand
to
what was
think
happening
that-
next, and we would slowly become
Irrelevant?
we would immediately become irrelevant.
You don't think
you're
they don't care
already
a little bit
done.
that we created them?
Wait a minute. Let me
Well,
ask you
relevancy's
something.
always
Hold
context.
on.
And it's the exact same reason why I say it's annoying to listen to people constantly talk about how aliens are trying to talk to us.
No, they're
they're
not.
not. If there is an intelligence that has mastered interstellar travel, the intelligence already surpasses humans by so
Yeah,
much.
so you know, it's interdimensional travel. That's where
that there
we're not right
is
there.
no communication that
You know,
needs to
what
be
I'm saying.
had
Yeah.
because we might as well could be wallpaper paste
I
to
feel
an
like-
intelligence like that.
I feel like
And-
any
and when
alien
we see
sightings
Larry
now.
occur-
Relevancy is always about context, though. So if we saw anywhere or two or more gathered in someone's name, then they're there in their name. You know what I'm saying?
Any-
So our relevance, we determine our relevance, whether or not
Word.
because it has to matter more to us
I
than
wanna
it does
answer
to
that.
somebody else.
Let's
You know what I'm
answer
saying?
that.
That's-
But you go first.
No, mine's really silly, but it'll add light to it all. But I feel like any alien abduction or alien like sighting you see now are like the fucking 12-year-olds of like the super advanced alien races.
They're just
They're
playing us.
just punking us out. They're just like, we're just gonna go visit these guys, fuck them a little
Yeah.
bit, and then
We're-
they
we're-
their
we're- we're-
parents
we're-
like,
we're-
stop
we're-
going to Earth. You gotta stop going to Earth. You're never gonna get anything done and keep going to Earth. You know, like yeah, I don't know.
One of my
fascinating.
favorite lines from any movie ever was that Keanu Reeves' Constantine movie where the
Oh, I
girl
just
was like, but it's
watched
not
it
a
yesterday.
part of God's plan. He said, God doesn't have a plan. God's a kid with an ant farm.
God is Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty. Bitter and give a fuck, just changes shit
For
whenever
some
he
reason, I
wants.
thought
don't
of the
think that's
old
true
Jets
either, like,
quarterback
but,
for
you know,
that.
I
and I was
just-
like,
they-
No, I don't think that's true either,
Yeah.
but I'm saying if there had been one,
Yeah.
for this long, that's what he would be like.
If there is a God, that's what he said. He's like,
I'm beginning
"There's
to think
no
that maybe
plan.
Rick
There's
is
no,
Morty.
It's a kid with an ant
A
farm.
lot of people think
A lot of
that.
people
I
think
just
Rick-
think that.
really
that's like a huge
that's
fan
always
theory.
It's like a
easy
Fight
out, I
Club
guess.
thing, I guess.
Yeah.
When it comes, you know.
I still have yet to start that. I'm gonna binge it all in like one weekend.
What? You still
You still
don't
haven't
watch
watched
Rick and
it?
Morty?
My computer broke in
God.
July, and I don't have anything way to watch it unless my phone, and that's not fun. I can't even plug headphones into this thing. It's a 7. It's useless.
Don't forget what Jeff
You can't
Goldblum
put
said.
headphones in that?
No,
Life
they
finds a
thought it was
way.
great just
And
like
you need to
Bluetooth.
find a way to watch this. Okay?
So you have to have a Bluetooth headset. to
Right,
listen
yeah,
to
and
music.
I have to use the iPhone ears. And that's I mean, there's an adapter you can plug, but who wants to fuck with adapters?
Nobody
like,
does.
That's like an
I
extra
don't.
step.
Yeah. and
It's like
an
1
extra piece.
second of my life
It's
that I'll never
dangling
get
off
back.
like a testicle sack off your phone. You're like, I don't want this.
Right.
This cubed, bizarre testicle sack.
So.
Now, if you multitask that with some Hot 25, with your old sonogram and your balls, maybe then maybe it might be worth the effort.
Literally, she was
I
just
just
like,
wanna, like when I have to,
half hour.
if I was
Dude. Was your leg going real quick like a dog's?
No, I kept apologizing.
Tell the story. You want to tell the story?
I'll tell the story.
Tell the story. That's a great story.
Filterless Dan, gotta love it.
Yeah, Tangent Dan. No, I was in the hospital 2 weeks ago. I missed the last Awesome Talk because my balls hurt.
You can look that up.
And,
did.
And I got scared. It freaked me out. It was for 5 days in a row, and I was like, all right, I have to protect the guys. So I went to the emergency room. I'm fine. No STDs, no UTIs, no kidney stones, no cancer.
All right.
Like,
woo!
They're not twisted.
Was this before the blood in the movie?
This is after.
Okay, well, no, you gotta clear those color. That's some color commentary.
I was worried, so I had to have an ultrasound.
Why weren't you live streaming?
I should have been.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's...
Live on location.
I don't know.
Dance
Can you...
balls.
Dance balls.
I mean, I don't want people getting off on that. But yeah, so I had to get an ultrasound done of my balls, and it's literally like...
TheSorrowDanSaxKnown.com.
Of course, the ultrasound technician was this, like, smoking hot, like, 27-year-old.
Smoking hot.
Blonde. And she literally was on my balls for a half hour. And she had to move them.
Why did it take a half hour?
But no, the best part, basically not the best part. He was apologizing.
I apologized the whole time. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is not how I want to spend my Tuesday night. I'm sorry that this is what you have to ultrasound tonight. Like this is you have to eat dinner later.
Did she?
You have to eat dinner later.
With the razor, did she accidentally snag a ball wrinkle?
No razor was needed.
Oh, so
She
Dan
just ultrasounded.
she grabbed the handful in the hair and just wiped her balls clean.
I mean, I take care of myself.
She pulled the hairs out one at a time.
No. It's just, I honestly,
dude, there was a reason she was a massager.
Honestly,
for a half hour. The guy's obviously a ball master.
I didn't watch. I was just like looking out to this guy. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, this is not what I wanted out of tonight.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do
Well,
this.
it's not what she wanted, you assume, but I mean, there's no reason why you wouldn't have.
Well, my girlfriend is outside in the hallway waiting for me to wrap it up. Like,
oh, man, she's like, what were you doing in there for 25 minutes? I've had a Sonic there before. You weren't in there for 25 minutes.
Now, what you should have done was going, can you just call my girlfriend in the room, please?
Oh, see what is
No, it wasn't fun.
There was gel everywhere.
You don't know if you don't go.
I literally haven't apologized that many times.
You don't know if you don't. Yeah, thank you. You're nothing ventured, nothing came.
I like that you apologized the whole time.
Every minute. I was like, I'm so
sorry. Exactly. See, it would have been perfect. I'm so sorry. But I have to invite my girlfriend. I'm so sorry. Just hold on one second. I'm so sorry. Connie, come in.
What was actually fascinating was when I first got there. She's like, I'm gonna put the curtain up. You can like get undressed with the curtain. Like you don't.
There's gonna be 30 seconds.
And then give me 30 seconds so you get undressed. And I'm just like. Why?
What's
you're about to see everything. Like, what am I hiding right now?
No, because there has to be a big reveal. You have to throw the boa across your shoulders.
And then with free rolling cock balls out in the desert.
When I was done, when it was all done too, I was like, you know, obviously when you get an ultrasound, I don't know if you guys have had ultrasound. I've had an ultrasound.
I've never had one.
I had one of my boob. Because there was a cyst that vanished magically, and it was just as awkward as yours because, like, she's like, I just don't see it. I don't feel anything, and she just had to keep like molesting me for a really long time. She's
Sounds like Al Franken rehearsing a comedy skit to me.
Well, it got weirder because then I had to like feel around and be like, it's somewhere around here, and then I like had to take her fingers
and like romantic music pops up out of nowhere.
There's Stone's in the corner of his velvet suit and ascot. And Rick says, "We're gonna happen."
With his flip phone.
Wait, Stone just playing music in the background?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. A red velvet suit and ascot.
Well, no, for me, like the kicker, like the end when it was all said and done, she's like, "All right, we're done. We're like, wrap it up." And like when you get an ultrasound, I'm like they use a lot of like goop, and I'm just like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Goop me up.
Yeah. She's like, here, you're done.
She's like, it dries up, and then she blows on it.
There was no towel service. She tried to upsell you on the towel service.
No towel service. But she did do one extra service that she said she doesn't usually do.
Oh!
She personally wheeled me back to my room in the wheelchair. I was like, I can walk.
I bet she did.
She was like,
sounds like she wheeled you almost around the whole block.
She was like, I could wait for the aide to come and do this, but I need to
but
move
I
my
really
legs.
want you out of here.
I need to get the hell home and throw up.
Right, yeah. I need you to leave. I'm done looking at you.
I'm done looking at your balls.
She collects your pubes in a small little sack
and
takes them home
and
glues them to her face.
No. She leaves a handful for a sniffy box.
You got a curly mustache.
What the fuck is a sniffy sniffy box.
What do you take a guess what a sniffy
snuff
box is?
A sniffy. Okay. You know what's funny?
Wait, I don't want to think. Tell me, I don't want to think about it.
Based on this conversation, I imagined it was just a box of like.
Yes, exactly.
Interestingly
Toenails.
weird-
You never seen Brickleberry?
No.
You call it
You gotta watch
Sniffy box?
Brickleberry.
Well, I've seen a little
It's
bit.
my sniffy
What?
box.
A sniffy box?
Okay,
A
so
sniffy box.
it's like a
when
box
you
of like.
stalking somebody.
You know, so if you got some like human slop that you want to
she's
put
got,
in there to
your
smell
pubic
later.
hair, a nail clipping from her.
You're looking at me all seductively like,
Really?
wait, you know
Yeah, so like if you got a stinky toenail that you just like, you're like, it
Nobody
smells
here
like
has seen
cheese.
Brickleberry. Is that what
You
is
fill
that
it
what-
up
is
in
that
your
what I can
stink
assume?
box.
Why don't you just
Oh my
buy
God.
some
I
cheese
think I need
then
to
if you like
Yeah,
that
I
smell?
don't
Like,
need
That's
why
not an
would you
original
have to,
thought,
like,
the
go
sniffy
to
box.
That's not the like the
Frank's?
real thing, you know what I
It's a
mean?
thing.
But
when somebody's
the
carrying
cheese
around
is
when
the
they're
real
stalking
fucking thing.
someone.
That's why you
So
said
that
it smells
so
like
they can
cheese.
feel super close.
Like it's kind of like wearing your girlfriend wears your T-shirt. It's like the same thing. I smell you on me,
Except
but you have it in a box you can carry around.
Except your girlfriend doesn't know you, and what you're wearing is actually her skin flakes and hair in a box that you sniff like a drug addict.
Except that your
One
girlfriend doesn't know
accidentally
you.
funnels its way up,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, good.
And then your brain absorbs it, and you become more obsessed. And then you have to get more skin flakes and hair follicles.
Oh, skin flex.
And then you start sneaking into bitches' houses.
You're gnawing on the toenail.
So you're fucking like you're cleaning out the fucking that little garbage can in the bathtub.
You're digging through that like a fiend.
Oh, there she is.
Filling up the stink box.
That's where you find the old tampons and all the good shit.
Oh, sniffy box. I called it
That's
the
a
stink
sniffy.
box.
Yeah, that's like the king
That'd be
sniff
more
box.
accurate.
That's the king
Yeah.
sniff box right there.
Imagine being on a date, a girl comes over and is like, hey, you want to smell my stink box? And he's like, what? And you're like,
That's what I thought
no,
first.
this is a collection of my toenails and weird stuff I pick off my
What's
body.
your stink box?
What's
Yeah.
your stink box like?
I was referring to my smelly vagina.
And you're like, oh, gross.
Which one? There's 20.
And your face is all weird.
That was a great full circle. That
Yeah.
was perfect. Oh man.
That was wonderful. I went all the way around. Yep.
Wait,
Yeah.
maybe
Go ahead.
you can ask the robot company to design your robot to have a sniff box, sniffy
box?
sniffy
Stink box.
So like you'll
Smell
recognize your
good
robot's smell.
Cindy, you've seen Brickleberry, right?
Melted weird rubber.
Can you put a stink box in my
Brickleberry?
Yeah, I need a sniffy box in one of those 20 vaginas.
Yeah, because one of them's
That's
going to
what-
be
that's what
super
said-
weird
well, when you got
smelling.
20 vaginas, you're gonna use a couple for cubby holes. Is all I'm saying.
Like,
Well,
love
you're
that
gonna put
shit.
like, you're gonna hang your handkerchief in there.
You're gonna put
Like
your
you have
spare
a
key in
bunch of
there.
summer
Yeah.
sausage laying
Go to
around,
vagina
like-
A3, honey. Get my car key.
Alright.
You sort of wedge in your Roku controls.
I have
Sure,
all
they
these-
come out a little slippery or whatever, but who cares? I mean, how unique is this?
I have all these individually wrapped Vienna sausages. I don't know where to fucking put them.
I like to let them
thank
marinate.
God. She has fucking 20 vaginas.
There's a warming
You thought
agent.
midget tossing was great at the bars. How about individually wrapped?
How about vagina
vagina
stump
dart?
holding?
Vagina dart.
Don't know where to store your leftover Halloween candy?
Don't know where to rest your Pop Tart.
There you go.
Rest it here. Over
Hey,
this.
hanging for a Slim Jim next time you get laid.
Yeah.
Just use cubby 4A.
Do you have a handkerchief you
I
don't know
wonder-
where to
It's,
put?
it's like at a fucking motel, and it's like.
Right. All the cupboard, all the keys, all the. You have mail. You have mail in G3.
Oh, and it's weird crab walking arms. They like quiver.
No,
It's like
no.
something that's stuck in a hole.
The arms are trying to get away, but the two bottom.
You go for the wrong room key and they slap your hand away.
Like cousin.
The arms trying to run,
Points to the right
and the
way.
bottom lips are like, but they can't really go anywhere. It just sort of flops around.
That's because you got two heavy duty chains.
Dude, this human
two
stump.
bottom corner vaginas.
Just so you know what I'm picturing in my head, it really is like a tree stump, but like with human skin and
See,
vaginas all
I'm
over it,
picturing
and two
more
like
like a-
really awful
I
arms.
picture more like a grid of LEDs.
It sounds like you make the
like
human
high school football
centipede
lights.
of fucking sex robots.
I wonder.
So what?
The
Misery.
human centipede of sex robots.
I
This,
wonder-
this
Sounds
is
like
what
you're
you
describing.
broke.
At least
I
the
want-
original Human Centipede was lighthearted
You know
and
what?
fun.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
They would have to
Now
approve
it's
that.
just
You'd have to have,
Now
have
it's
a
a
shuffle
fucking
button.
nightmare.
Does
Yeah.
when
That sounds
when
fucking
women
terrible.
want
Oh
like
my
a
God.
specific
They
sex
want
robot?
dicks.
Do they want 20 penises like randomly all like a
They
forehead
might.
penis?
They might.
never
Maybe they
know.
want.
Like the accommodator could actually be a real thing on this.
I imagine it would have to be a variety of differently angled penises.
You can invite all your
and
friends.
sizes and
rotating
for
different
sure.
languages.
Yeah,
Thank you,
rotating,
piston,
gyrating.
One just opens the door for them.
One opens the door.
That's sexist, Tony.
I know, but it's literally
Can I tell you something?
There's a flaccid one.
Your best friend.
Your multi-penis stump fuck toy is definitely gonna get around a lot easier than your vagina
I
fuck
brought
toy.
this up before.
Well, especially if you combine the two of them together, you throw them in your backpack.
You never see uncircumcised sex toys.
Whoa. Maybe not in this country. I don't know.
I'm sure they've got them.
Oh, you fucking
I know,
bunch
I'm
of
sure
prudes.
they have them.
We have the internet.
Well, I'll get there. I'll get there when I get there.
There's show 105.
I'll get there. Don't worry, me and Sarah will find out later.
That's like a roadmap.
So listen,
Have
You
you
know a
ever
bunch
gotten-
of fucking lies. You haven't seen a sleeve job?
You've never docked before? Come on.
docking is
Docking.
that's the pinnacle of bro cuddling.
Right, yeah.
That's a little more than bro cuddling.
Bro cuddling, docking is bros for life. Because there's no
Or
fucking
at least for right then.
because there's no sexual gratitude. So what's the point really? You know what I mean? It's like putting your assholes together.
I didn't know.
Nothing's gonna happen.
Oh,
Well, yeah, but you might shake hands.
Oh,
And that third arm,
You've
that
got
third-
that advantage.
Your butt arm might come out.
Oh my god, it comes
But
out.
if you
It's slap. You don't know which one's slapping what.
If you get the Darwin 4.5 firmware upgrade.
Dude, ass to ass with a back arm could do a reach around because it can reach over
A
through
rusty
the.
trombone.
Yeah,
Dude, that's why I want the
it's
hand.
a double rusty
Dude, that's why I
trombone.
that's why I want the hand in the taint.
Imagine if they wet fart into each other.
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna be here now.
Listen, man, I don't know how you guys play truth or dare. But
I played the right way.
We gotta cut to our second break, folks.
Thank fucking
you-
Christ.
This break's a little bit shorter. It's only gonna be about 20 minutes, and then we're gonna come back, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk a little bit more. We're gonna wrap up the show, and that's gonna be fucking awesome. So make sure if you're watching the YouTube, you hit subscribe, or Facebook, you hit like and all that other shit, and make sure you comment. I know I've been having all sorts of weird issues with the comments on Facebook, but I'm trying to deal with it as best I can. Whatever, we'll be back. Share it, and here we go. We're gonna go fucking yada yada yada. Here we go.
Is that my cue?
That's your cue. Yada yada yada. Yeah.
The second
Yeah.
the second
We're having a problem on Facebook.
Why?
You're listening to us. And the face.
Sarah, what are we going to talk about first?
Oh, let's talk about some holiday crap.
I love it, especially for a special
So,
such as
like,
this.
did you see that people were trying to buy like Walmart and Best Buy uniforms in order to get in on Black Friday?
That's such a great idea.
But they're like, we're help from other stores
Like-
because other stores are not going to be as busy
Yeah.
as
The way
your
that
store.
it worked out was like it started as a joke. Some guy on Twitter posted a picture of a Walmart vest and said, "I'm selling this for whatever the fucking cost was, $100."
Right.
Walk into a store on Black Friday, skip the lines, blah blah blah, and like so many people were interested.
Sure.
And he's like, "Dude, I don't even own a Walmart vest. It was a fucking joke." But then after that, all these people started selling Best Buy and Walmart vests online.
Yes.
Oh,
And
of
people
course,
are
yeah.
buying
Yes.
the fuck out of them. And one
Yeah,
person
it's
posted
awesome.
that in their staff meeting that morning at Walmart, the manager actually said to question anyone in a Walmart vest that you didn't recognize.
Did you
And
read
you
the?
walk up
did-
to somebody in a
Dude,
Walmart
it
aisle.
looked like Randy
There was a real
Marshing
recent-
it.
Yeah, so what
There
are
was
you
a-
doing here,
There was a
son?
teenager that walked away with like $39,000 in a couple days wearing a Walmart vest. He was fired from one Walmart, went to another Walmart.
Listen, can I be honest with you?
Damn.
If you're like
just
robbing,
became a cashier and just walked out with the cash,
Ah,
and then
smart.
convinced another store that he went from management and he was part of the accounting, and he just took the money out of the safe, $36,000, and hugged the guy, hugged the store manager on the way out the door.
so good, so good, man.
So I guess you had to give that back.
What the schmuck?
The money, the
Look, man,
hug.
like if you rip off
All
like
of it.
Neighbor Joe's Electronics, Like I'm angry about that shit, but like if you go from like Walmart to Walmart, just walking out with sacks of money, like I'm like, dude, how long is he gonna get away with this? Like I don't give a fuck. Like, fuck Walmart, dude. You know, like who gives a shit? At that point, it's just a game. You know what I mean? Because Walmart, they're playing with your fucking life.
They're gonna be like, what? They're run by a bunch of idiots.
Yeah,
that's what you get when you get minimum wage work.
Yeah,
minimum wage.
It's not
ethics.
even minimum.
Because people are just like, yeah, whatever, man. You look official.
I make $7 an hour.
Yeah,
I don't care what you do.
I feel like I could make like a whole new Walmart uniform. Like someone would like.
You could probably buy all the stuff at Walmart you need to make a Walmart vest for
totally.
like 5 cents.
Oh my god! Now you're and then like 100 Walmart workers all come in on the same day, and no one knows
they
who's
put all the
who.
security measures from the dollar bill into their vests,
Or like,
or their
or
hundreds
you get
or whatever.
like a gang of
you
like
know?
50 people all dressed as Walmart workers, and you all go in there and confuse
At the
everyone
same
about
time.
which ones the real ones and which ones aren't.
And then you start questioning people. You walk up to people and start asking for credentials.
Yeah. Kick the fucking workers out.
Yeah. Like, no, this flat screen is being moved to the trunk of my car because I'm the management here. And then 50 other people are like, no, I'm the management here. And you're like, good luck sifting through this shit. Good luck.
I'm in charge here. Not anymore, you're not.
This is my smoke screen. Insane.
This is what the holidays are all about.
Yeah, man. It's about what you can get away with. It's not what
guess
Jesus
so.
envisioned. You know what I mean?
I don't think Jesus celebrated Thanksgiving.
No, definitely not. That's a bullshit holiday.
Yeah, I mean, Thanksgiving came, way after the time of Jesus, so you
And
can't
like
really
way after a
associate
time
it
of
to-
like genocide.
Right, and Jesus was like, "Don't be gluttonous,"
Right.
and we're like, "We're going
Yeah,
to
I mean,
celebrate
Jesus
gluttony."
was sitting
Yeah, right.
around celebrating Hanukkah
Like-
until the
Yeah, right.
Christians fucking.
And he's like, what are you guys doing? You're eating till you're sick? How does this add up with what I'm trying to say?
I'm not saying this at all.
Yeah, I
never
didn't
said
mean any
this.
of this. Just like all those other shit you people do. What do you do? Armed at church? What are you doing? I didn't
Church
expect any of you
with
to...
private armies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't expect you people to walk around with fucking weapons. Like, what are you doing? This is not what love is. So is it
Love is my parents, my
Yeah.
old dad and my 13-year-old mom.
Yeah, that's
That's
love.
love.
That's a love by which you could never fucking understand.
That's when it's purest.
Yeah.
Because you're the dumbest.
Yeah.
You're the dumbest point possible.
During a time where people are animals. They can't even stop fucking their camels and shit, and now the fuck you're gonna worship
People
me?
still can't stop fucking their camels.
Right.
What are you talking
That's
about?
the thing. 100%.
Well, camel vagina, if you've ever smelled it, my God.
Have you?
No, I've never.
I've never.
I gotta be honest with you. Being from New Jersey, it's not something I've ever been near much. Not much.
I mean, I don't know. Now I want to look it up, find out
I bet you do.
what similar smells.
Yeah. You report back.
Camel vagina.
So, Evan, is it normal for you guys?
It spits.
The vagina? The
No, the
camel
camel.
vagina? I know camels spit, but they spit from both ends, but
Yes.
you never knew? You never,
Never
knew?
knew.
Because for
You
no
never
reason you had to
fucked
be
one.
back
You
there?
never- Never read about it.
Now you're like, holy fuck, every time this shit's ever spit at me from its mouth, its asshole was also spitting. I didn't know. Or vagina.
Whatevs.
Here's is it normal? Is it normal? Help. I pooped a living bug.
I don't believe that.
That's bullshit.
It was in the fucking toilet
Stomach
already.
acid. Yeah.
I am afraid of what happened. I believe I
Right.
pooped a type of black or dark beetle and it was still alive. If anyone has
Yeah.
information that can help me, please share.
It just got shat
It
off
just-
of the
it
underside
just
of the seat.
Like it was in the fucking toilet already. Like what a psychopath.
Yeah, it was swimming around already trying to get out.
No, well, it was perfectly
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
Laying upside down.
How do you live with
Some
that? Like,
big ass, some
what
big ass
would you
turd went
do
flying
if, like,
towards his
you
beetle
looked in
head.
the toilet and it was just worms, just
Knocked him-
tons of
Sure.
worms.
I don't know what I
him-
would say.
Knocked him right off of the top of the
I would
fucking
ask
seat.
somebody to come look. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
but-
hey,
Do you see something moving, or am I crazy?
Sarah, look, I would never ask you to do this.
And I'd be
but,
like, nope.
and I'd be like, I need you to
Meanwhile-
come look at it.
Meanwhile,
There's
that-
limitations.
that
There's
beetle-
no limitations
That
right
beetle
now.
is in heaven.
Yeah. Well, that beetle was hoping for a chunk of poop that floated to come along so that he wouldn't drown no more.
Yeah, I know. It's like when the Titanic sunk and Jack was sitting there wishing a door would go by.
Yeah, or
But the
get
beetle
bigger.
is Jack.
That door would get bigger than what it was.
Yeah.
They could fit two people just fine.
And though the door reeks, it's making us sustain life. We breathe yet another breath at the top of this toilet water.
Toilet beetles.
They're a thing.
Yeah.
Now.
Now they are.
They're dung. I mean, there's a thing called dung beetles, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think
you're
they
right.
named them
Maybe
that
that's
because
what it was. I hope
know,
it was. I hope it was.
Because
for
not
dung's
this.
into
always
dung.
been a thing. Toilets are relatively new in terms of the human species.
In comparison to dung, yeah, toilets are definitely newer.
Toilets are way newer than dung.
Dung's been around for ages.
There's always been dung. Anyway, so your original question was, what would I do if I looked in a toilet and saw a living bug, right?
No, and you had worms.
Oh, that's a whole other fucking
Creepy,
thing.
crawly worms.
Yeah, again,
Like,
there's
so like
something
I should
like-
Just a huge, enormous pile of them.
I would Facebook Live it. And I'd be like, hey, anybody know what this is? What's going on here? Be like, what is that? Like a bundle of worms that feed your
You're like, no, it's spaghetti and
It is
oatmeal.
now.
that looks like the worms you feed the newts. And you're like, no.
Night crawlers.
Nah, that little bundle of water
Night
worms.
crawlers.
You know what I mean? It's like comes
You
in a
got
ball.
a gecko.
Yeah.
Water worms.
It's a ball of water worms. You buy them by the ounce. I don't know. Fuck this. I don't know what I would do. I'll be honest with you. I've looked in the toilet before and seen a living bug, but I've never been stupid enough to think that I pooped it out. Because your asshole's so tight it would strangle the fucking thing.
Well, no, I
it would
mean,
break
look,
its
it's all these
neck.
acids and not oxygen.
I don't care how thick your thorax
It has
is.
nothing to do with your asshole. It has to do with your stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's acid in
Dissolving
there.
it.
Yeah. The second you're a living being in a person's
Right.
stomach, you are screaming for death.
Right.
Because the acid is burning your skin and your thorax. I'm done with this. Sarah, what do you have next?
Let's see. So, someone did a study that showed if I kind of don't even want to say this because I know Stones is going to do it.
I want
If I
here
say
we
it.
go.
I'm gonna do something.
A
Get closer.
study showed that mentioning food in your dating profile can make you more attractive, and they found that
Yeah.
if you mentioned guacamole, people that mentioned guacamole
Oh, yeah.
had
Got like 3 times as many
had
hits.
144% more in messages received.
They think you're smarter because of that, too.
After
They-
that's written, though, it's all over for those
oh,
guys.
this guy understands. This guy gets how good
How do you
avocados are.
casually slip the guac in?
Yeah.
You don't want to make
Oh,
it
you
look
casually-
too.
Yeah, you're like,
you have to,
hashtag guac.
No,
and you
like your
throw
date
that-
on your dating profile.
throw
Like
that
I
weird
just
pinky
like to
thumb
I like that
relax at home
guacamole.
with a quiet movie and some guacamole.
and some
like
cru-
how do you
yeah.
fucking how do you
No.
even add that to
No.
your dating profile in a
No.
way that is smooth?
Some
sailing?
lime Tostitos, hashtag guac.
Do they have an avocado emoji? That seems like
Probably.
it'd be relevant.
Yeah, they do definitely.
That's definitely
Like a whole one or
Seems
one
like it'd
cut
be
in
a
half
relevant
with the nut in the middle.
part of this story.
The big seed.
Right, it's just a pair
Yeah.
of balls, and people
And
are
then you
saying
put
it's
that up
avocado.
with another emoji of like the thumb and pinky
This-
out.
this
Whatever
thing is
that
all-
means. I don't know what it means, but I see people do it.
It's completely incorrect.
Yeah.
When he said
I don't know where this is
He loves the
going, but I feel
guacamole.
like this has nothing to do with the original story.
I know. I'm there. I'm just saying. I don't know, man.
How do you
what relate
how do you
ball
add
sacks?
that into your? How would you add
Yeah, right. How do you
guacamole into your?
fashionably add guacamole into your dating profile,
Two
Stones?
avocado emojis, and that's a pair of balls.
That's it?
and
Like, that's it? Like you don't even
now
mention
you're-
it? It's just a picture?
You have to say it, Stones, or it
What do
doesn't
you mean?
fucking matter.
Why don't I just say it?
Yeah.
I can just put a couple. People
No,
would assume
because the
that's
study
guacamole.
didn't talk about which
the most
emoji
famous
Oh my
thing
made.
for
God.
avocado is
Sarah.
guacamole.
What?
How stupid are we to ask him when he's doing a dating profile? This is the most logical person I've ever fucking met in my life.
That's true.
He doesn't know how to add a fucking avocado into the story. He doesn't know how to add it to the narrative.
We're
He-
fucking lazy too, dude. Like we read a study about how guacamole being mentioned, and he's like, "Well, I'll just put a picture."
Yeah, it's like, dude, well,
Like,
that's not the
you
same as
can't
mentioning.
fucking type a sentence.
One time,
Your messages aren't going up 144%.
Yeah, no. At one time on Awesome Talk, we
That was
asked
the
him.
whole
We
study.
asked you
Oh,
once.
man.
We asked him once. I remember this.
Yes.
What he would
entire-
do, which animal he would be if he could be part animal.
this is
And he was
pain.
like, well.
What do you mean by animal?
What do you mean by could I be a robot? What if there were wires involved and pistons and shit? And it's like, dude, no,
Just
that's
a fucking animal.
what animal would you be part of? You can't add that any more than you can add avocado to your Tinder profile, can you?
I don't.
Yeah, on fire my ass. Here's one for you. Man goes blind in one eye after enjoying massive orgasm.
Right, well, yeah, no shit. I feel like I should read
Did he get his?
Those listening, he doesn't know stones. He only has one eye.
I should know about this.
Yeah.
What's the details? I gotta.
You want to know the deets?
Well, yeah, dude, it seems relevant.
A man went blind.
You know what he did? He jerked off in his eye really hard.
I've heard that joke. That's not what happened.
Sounds like I tried that with the other eye.
just watched
so
it
I
out.
had to see this life.
So go on. What happened?
The man, an English 29-year-old, lost his vision temporarily the morning after enjoying a particularly powerful climax.
Yeah, dude, it's a thing. People can temporarily go blind from.
Oh shit!
From an orgasm, huh? Just bursts a blood vessel over the pupil. You're like, holy shit!
Not blind now. Fuck.
Yeah. Was it worth it?
Nope.
No. Wasn't worth it. No.
Is it worth not seeing? I don't know. That's a pretty big fucking gamble.
I've never orgasmed
like, what if
that
something
hard?
really important happens during the time you have the orgasm and the time your sight comes back?
Yeah, right. I realize that. I feel like that the permanence of it would only become a factor when you realize you have real shit to do, and now you can't see.
Yeah, but the second you can't see it all, you're like, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
No more real shit to do.
Look at what?
Yeah, right.
Look at what, Stones?
Now I get to live a life of fucking glory like Stones does. Now I get to be a real deal.
Yeah, I'll just view the world by the hand-drawn pictures in my head. I'm just a stick figure with like shitty black hair, like a big just scribble of hair, and I have like a fangy black crayon mouth, but like giant lips. And Rick is just like a generic stick figure, but like he has blue crayon eyeballs to like, so that way we know.
And Stone says,
and I'm just flailing all handicappedly.
oh man, that's a lot of fun. Let's see
What
here.
a treat.
What a treat. Okay, you want me to go next? Let's see here. Oh my god, there's so many good ones. 2 accidentally shot at church during church shooting discussion. This is in Toledo Plains, Tennessee.
I'm sure it is.
Police say 2 people were accidentally shot at a church in Toledo Plains Thursday afternoon during a discussion about the recent church shootings. They're like, oh, look at my gun.
Look at my gun.
Why were there guns there?
They were both like, oh shit.
Look at my bullets.
Like, well, you know what? Maybe we're like seriously assuming way too much. Like, we're sitting here going, oh, they were having a talk about like, you know, there was a shooting and it was
escalated
bad.
really
Like,
fast.
how do you know it wasn't a talk about like, we don't have enough of these goddamn shootings?
Yeah, right,
What the hell's
right.
wrong with you people?
How do you-
Like,
yeah.
we're just assuming the talk was one way, but it could have been a completely different fucking way.
Hey, we gotta add more to
Yeah,
this.
the dude's like, yeah, you're right.
No such thing as bad press.
It's like a crucifix machine gun.
Bang, bang. This is what
And
Jesus
shoots
meant.
tiny Jesus bullets.
Yeah, this is what Jesus meant. Is that a stigmata? No, it's bullets smattered across my body and 2 happen to land relatively in the same spot on each wrist.
'Tis the season.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
of us needs to die.
To make this worth it. It's legal because we're in the house of God.
This is our Blade Runner.
Yeah, right.
We got nothing else.
This is our moment.
Yeah, we get to do whatever we want in here.
Body of Christ.
Yeah, it compels you. We here's the Eucharist in bullet form in the face. Yeah, so anyway, that happened. What a bunch of idiots. Let's see. Man finds car 20 years after forgetting where he parked it.
Was that a real story? I did read that
Elderly
story.
Frankfurt driver reunited with vehicle after reporting it missing to police in 1997.
Yeah, but that's not bullshit. They were going to wreck the parking garage, and that's when they found it, and the police called them up and said, hey, we found your car. It was in this
The
parking
car
garage.
was, dude, they have a picture of it. The car was discovered because the building was due to be demolished
Right,
in the
right,
parking lot
right.
it was parked in.
Right.
So, like, they were like, hey, last call. Anybody wants this car?
Damn.
This sounds like the way to get free parking is to
Like
get some
the
of those
number
parking.
the chick he wanted to hook up with is like left in the fucking passenger seat.
We need
Yeah.
parking garage vests.
Now he calls her and she's like 80.
Yeah, she's like, I've been waiting here in the Bennigan's parking lot or whatever the fuck. No.
And then he starts talking about guacamole and she's all wet.
Yeah, she's like, ah.
Like, but old lady wet.
I haven't heard a man talk about guacamole in a dog's age.
Well, so that didn't even put in the car missing. Is it stolen?
That's the worst part. Let me tell you the worst part. The worst part is losing a car in 1997. Like that, like the 90s were the worst decade for cars since like before
yeah,
there were
they're all-
cars.
All the plastic's like broken apart in
Yeah.
the dashboard.
If I lived in a decade where cars didn't exist, it would be a better year for cars than the 90s.
I don't think they exist anymore.
No. They're just really plain.
What kind of car was it?
Let's see. He recorded his car missing to police in Frankfurt in 1997.
Right.
The car was not stolen, but in fact parked in a garage in an old industrial building.
So that means like security guards just passed it every day.
And we're like, there's that
mindlessly.
car again.
Yeah.
No, not even necessarily noticing. Like just
It's just a background
generation.
vibe.
It's got
After
"Watch Me"
generation
written in it like
of
40
It
million
comes with the
times.
building.
Yeah.
It was here before I got the job. I don't
Yeah.
ask
I don't
any
know.
questions.
This is the car that hauled in the original steel bits and pieces. That built this
They just
razzmatazz
left it there.
arcade.
There's like a legend.
Yeah.
Passed
Legend
Yeah,
has
it's
it.
like the haunted car.
Yeah, right.
Everyone dares everyone else to like touch
Yeah.
it.
Some guy, he puts on like a black t-shirt and he gets himself really drunk thinking about his dead wife and he goes down there at night because he works there. And it's closing soon. And he stares at the car and he's like, you know what they say? If I stare at this car long enough in the middle of the night, a ghost appears, right? And then he loses his shit and he kicks in one of the fucking
Start
lights,
shooting up the place.
He starts shooting up the place. And like,
And then the lights turn on and it's a church.
yeah, and it's like, what?
And then the priest is like, well, this talk is over. Good night.
2 people are dead.
Let us pray.
Oh my god! And they show like this shitty car from the 90s. It looks like a hatchback Nissan. It's like, dude, everything in the 90s looked like grandma's car. Like, why did that decade
They
suffer?
just hand the guy the keys and he's all old and like
Yeah.
shitty and he's just hitting stuff.
Yeah, he's like, oh, he crashes into everything. The car doesn't make it out of the lot.
Hey, what's
The
up,
King
everybody?
is a good one too. That's
Welcome
I love
back.
That one. That one's always fucking sledge. Hey,
Hey, welcome back, Awesome Talk Season 9,
What's up,
Episode 4,
bitches?
on December 12th,
Hey-o.
2017. We're here.
Now we're all depressed.
I know, we're all depressed.
Clones.
We're vomiting.
We we don't.
Everybody's mascara is smeared.
Schmeared, if you will.
We're sad about the robot invasion.
I'm not
Super
sad about
sad.
anything.
Unless they're all sex robots, and
I
then
don't
there's
give
such a
shit
great.
which
20
division comes.
vaginas.
Then we're all good to go.
If one were to sum up all the things we talked about tonight, my God, we covered so many different parts of the spectrum. You know, we went from Bad Santa
What the
to...
fuck spectrum are you talking
Well, we went from Bad Santa 2
They're
to...
all spectrums.
Yeah, it's a spectrum.
Yeah,
I'll
we're,
give you that.
we're all over it, for sure.
Or even a prism.
A prism.
Like a dick prism.
Dick
A
prism.
vagina. 20th vagina prism.
This
A
episode
20
is...
vagina
If
style
this
prism.
episode
The
is
prism
anything,
would create the 20 vaginas.
If
They
this-
might not actually be there.
If this
It
episode
looks
is
like they're
anything,
there.
it's a dick prism.
Dude, that's what we should call this episode. The Temple of the 20 Vaginas.
And the dick prisms.
And the dick
Yes,
prism.
the 20 vagina. Wait, dick.
The temple
I'm trying to
of-
come up with the best band name.
The Temple of the
Sing
20
it.
Vagina Dick Prism.
Hey, yeah, that's perfect. The dick prism and the 20 vaginas
No, I just
live
said-
here.
Live here,
The
That's
every other
Ben's side
Tuesday.
The,
project.
the temple of the 20 Vagina Dick Prism.
I am the Dick Prism. My band is called the 20 Vaginas.
And you come out on stage dressed in what? I imagine some sort of rainbow
Something
cloak.
with a cape.
And a cape, cloak. Well,
A Technicolor dream coat.
Yeah, right.
I
Jesus Christ in the 20 vagina Dick Prism.
actually, I would be dressed as Jesus Christ, and I'm the Dick Prism, also known as Jesus Christ.
And I'm the Dick Prism.
And you have to have a big hard dick when you come out too.
Listen, I'll take the gig as long as I get to
And
do
the only
Dick
thing-
Prism and the 20 vagina
The only
coat.
thing you're wearing is a very, very light sort of white veil.
Oh my God!
So you're
And it
proud
lights up.
penis.
Sounds like a good deal. You're hired.
Yeah.
Good,
All
thanks.
LED lights everywhere.
Yeah. LED lights.
What's up?
All right.
Are you having a spasm?
Wait, where are the LED lights? Around the penis?
No, around the fucking.
I'd say shaft.
rail.
I'd say you have to do LED go shaft, and then penis something nice and radiant. You know, like red Christmas lights or something.
There's
Like the
fog
lights, the
machines.
lights just sort
Yeah.
of twinkle outward.
Yes, yeah, it just explodes skyward.
And the ass hand.
I mean, this has to be a magnificent clock. You know.
An ass hand can't light its own
An ass
sparklers.
hand,
Yeah, I
like
need an
that.
ass hand for sure.
But it
Gotta
can't light its
drop
own
down
sparklers.
Unless you
and
get
twinkle.
self-lighting sparklers.
I'll have
and
two
just
ass hands.
strike.
Do they come out of one wrist?
They can.
Two ass hands.
And then for the finale,
They make sure
it has
super
Roman
slutty chicks
candles.
don't get backstage.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my ass
The
hands.
finale is going to shoot Roman candles at your face.
Wait, it will shoot Roman candles into the 20 vaginas.
Duh.
Perfectly.
And every time they land in one, they're like. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They piddle out because of
And
all the
then
vaginal wax.
when it goes in, it'll light like a sparkler on the inside.
Robot
They'll
vaginas,
just-
like not real fucking vaginas.
So you're
like,
assuming,
Oh.
so you're
it's
assuming
like,
every
It's
vagina.
gonna smell like melted plastic.
So you're assuming
but it's also
every
gonna look
vagina
like a sex
can
birthday
accept
cake,
a
you know?
Roman candle in its crevice, eh?
Well, I don't think
Vagina
robot vaginas
I think-
are necessarily good around fire.
I also think that anything moving fast enough that's
Well, then
tubular
how are they
shaped
gonna
can
be
wedge its
around
way
this
into an
dick?
elastic hole.
It depends.
I love that
though, on
laugh,
the
that was
elastic
great.
hole and what's waiting behind it.
Well, sure.
So that,
There could be
then you're
gears
talking
in the
about-
ends.
Then you're talking about
Of course,
expansion.
right?
There could be a spider web of wires back there.
Indeed, there could.
If not,
If there was an orifice, or as you will, you know.
But
that's
you're
not.
gonna have like
cavern,
you're gonna have like
maybe,
real
perhaps.
avatar situations. Like you're gonna have like sort of not sex robots, but like real dolls. Like they're shaped like actual humans, but they'll be able to take on the personality of someone on the internet that you connect to. So your
Wow.
long distance relationships are gonna be semi-robotic.
It's like that episode of fucking Big Bang Theory where
Yeah, I
Cooper
just
Polly
blew your
and
fucking
Wallowitz
mind.
were Frenching each other with the machine.
So
So
is he
that-
gonna be doing this
Oh,
on
is that
like
stage
cheating
in a sheet
then?
with a
Like you-
boner?
Could
Is that
be.
what's gonna happen?
He
He's
already
gonna-
does it.
There was
Because
a
you can
book.
bring the robot anywhere.
On
There was
open
a
mic
book-
night.
oh,
He
shit.
surprises everyone.
I'm sorry, I can't remember the book name. My
You should
fault.
be sorry about that.
We,
Yeah.
But this guy wrote a really cool noir like detective novel about people in New York after not an apocalypse but like a religious upheaval where it was like a religious controlled environment, you know what I mean? And this guy's just a detective, and in that it's an era where people plug in, you know what I mean? Like they're beds. And rich people disconnect, poor people live on the street, you know what I mean? And they live in like Central Park is a bunch of campsites.
Yeah.
And they put fences up around it when events are going on. And they want to keep those people who are disconnected in the park and keep them away. You know what I
That
mean?
reminds me
I
of
thought that already
homeless
happened.
spikes.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
You
But
know,
that's just.
disgusting things
But
that
it's
humans do.
it's about
Yeah.
a religious sect that's trying to convince people that they have an online digital heaven. Basically, like you do your thing. Like I do this for a couple years. It's like Girl Scout cookies. You know, like I sell Girl Scout cookies. I get my badge. I do this for a couple years. I follow the church, and then I get to get plugged in, and I go straight to heaven
Are we plugging
while
in
I'm
Girl
alive.
Scouts?
You know what I mean?
The
Like,
Girl
while I'm
Scouts are
alive.
plugged in.
Well, no, I'm just saying it's like the same model. Like it's like they have to go do the Lord's work. You know
We
what I
gotta
mean? Or
stop
whatever. Like
this.
they have to go around and do the Lord's work throughout the book.
Right.
And then as soon as they've
Selling
acquired
me
them-
the Thin
but what it
Mints.
turns out happening is that they're all sex slaves to a bunch of politicians.
What are those coconut cookies
No.
with the
Yeah,
chocolate on
you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's like this fucking
Samoa.
you know, like
Those are
they're
the
all
best
just
ones.
a bunch of unconscious
And those
people
peanut
living
butter
in
ones.
dreams
What
so
are
that
those,
people can rent
tagalongs?
them out as whores.
Yeah.
It's someone
Those are
else's
good, too.
famous
All right, look,
shit.
listen, we gotta wrap this
Yeah,
night
I mean,
up.
like-
We gotta wrap this
We're
night
getting
up.
into
It's a really cool book. I can't remember the name of
We're
it.
starting to drift away into cookies and books all at the same time. It's
Sorry.
devolving.
It's devolving.
It's devolving, but it's
I
okay.
thought it was evil.
It's okay. It's okay because it's been a really fun night.
It
It's been a
has.
really great show.
Yeah.
This is the 99th episode of Awesome Talk tonight, by the way. Been doing this for over 4 years at this point. Okay?
Another 99 standing on our
In the
heads.
next episode, we have Christmas interpretive dance.
There's going to be Christmas interpretive dance coming, man. We have all
And
kinds
that
of
is
fucking
not
yeah.
even sarcastic.
And we have
No, that's real. That's
Real.
really
That's
actually
real
as
life.
ridiculous
That's
we
real.
get.
Dead real.
That's really gonna happen.
and we're going to have some pretty interesting guests here the next show, too. So just keep your eyes open for that because this is going to get really awesome and really weird.
I love
So,
weird.
Listen, I want to thank everybody who watched tonight.
Oh wait,
Thank everybody
we got a
in the chat room.
visitor tonight.
I was getting to that.
Oh,
I'm working my way.
All right,
there.
all right, all right.
Fuck you, Mike.
I want to thank everybody who was watching
That
this
thrower
evening.
sound wasn't directed towards you being our guest. They just happened at the
Fucking
same time. You're like, oh, you're our guest, and I'm like, hooray! I'm like, oh,
She
that's
just became
funny.
instantly nauseous at the thought of you.
It's nauseating.
It's not-
You say potato, I say nauseous.
The shit you did in the bathroom, Mike. You're
If
never
you
coming
say
back.
you're nauseous, it means you cause other people to be sick. So,
Yeah,
it might be.
Whatever.
Pizza
Depends
Shack
on who you're
loitering.
You could have just let me have it.
Just let me have the slice of
That's
pizza.
that's why
Piece of
people
shit.
are the way they are now, because people just let them.
Oh yeah, that I'm why people are the way. Okay, thank you.
Oh.
So thanks to everybody who watched. No, I did. Now, our guest tonight was Mike. He dropped in out of nowhere. It was awesome having you here tonight. So we reserved something for our guest called the final word. In other words, if this was the last message you have to send to the whole world, this is your last chance.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
would you say?
I want 2 dicks. I want to have 2 dicks.
2 dicks for 20.
So nice he said it twice.
I approve.
Yeah, thank you.
Next time around, we'll make sure you have to.
One for the both of you.
Yeah.
When you get plugged into that heaven,
AKA
they'll make sure you have 2.
fucking-
Let's
Yeah.
stop at 2. You know.
If you got, I'll take 20
Gotta stop
dicks.
somewhere.
Let me just tell you something. Somebody with 20 dicks means somebody with 20 vaginas. You roll around together a lot.
Right?
But
You,
you
yeah,
know
just
what-
roll
you
around.
know what would be
I'm
I'm just
fucked up?
picturing like.
If a person with 20 vaginas met the person with 20 dicks and they hated each other, like who do they have?
They're
You know what I
literally
mean?
made
Yeah,
for
That
each
right.
other.
sucks. That,
And let me
that
tell you
would
something
suck.
else. Let me tell you something else. The guy with the 20 dicks, he needs a lot of blood. Because it takes a lot of blood for one boner, let alone 20 boners at
No,
once.
you don't have to use all of them at once, though.
I guess
That's
that's
a
true.
good point,
Maybe
right?
just
Oh,
sometimes
that'd be
your
really weird. They'd
northern
pop up and
region
down.
gets
You just got a
hard.
bunch of floppy, flaccid cocks
also,
while you're
how
fucking.
much
Yeah, but if
blood-
you have
Big
20
boy.
dicks and
Well, what's the point of having 20 then if they're not all
I
fire?
don't know.
Using all
Hey,
20
it's not
dicks.
my
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Right?
What if you could get
He's
every
just
other
living
dick to
it.
get hard?
Yeah,
What if you
I'm
had that
just
kind of
living it.
control?
Still fucking lame.
Are there just 2 balls or now 40 balls?
I'm just trying to
Oh,
fuck
man.
with 20 dicks.
I didn't think about the balls.
40
Here's what I think. I think that the dead center, like nougat in a like nougat in a
Just maybe a bigger
chocolate bar.
set.
Not even
No,
like 40
the ball
half
sack
balls.
is in the middle of the outer skin stump. So, like nougat, it's filled with a constant creation of semen that pumps out and excretes through the 20
Everything
dicks.
you're saying just leads me to think of somebody with the worst case of herpes ever.
Well, whatever it is.
I'm just really glad nobody
Long,
saw this.
dick-shaped
That's all.
pustules. I just
Alright,
sticking out
spreading
there.
everywhere.
Oh,
We've
good,
heard
like
those
herpes.
lines before.
Yeah.
Dick-shaped pustules. Hashtag dick-shaped pustules.
Listen,
I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so fucking sorry.
Oh, finally, something
She's
I
not-
can watch.
Finally.
Something interesting is on.
I don't want to watch Mr. Ed anymore.
I don't know why we keep fucking putting this channel on.
Mr. Ed.
Fuck Nick at Night.
I wish I had 2 dicks too. I wish I had
I can't
2
believe
dicks.
Mr. Ed came up tonight.
I love Mr. Ed.
You
We
just
went
opened up
from Bad Santa to
Mr. Ed.
nanotechnology and AI arguments to Mr. Ed. That's how we ended up tonight. So anyway, thank you very much for being here tonight.
Didn't they give
Hell yeah,
Mr. Ed
Mike.
peanut butter or
That was
something like
awesome,
that?
dude. It was all, you were great.
Yeah,
tonight,
they
dude.
stuck peanut butter in his gums.
Wait, are you
and
really
then
a
they
stranger
put
from the
wires
parking
under
lot?
his teeth
Yeah.
in between
That's-
his teeth.
I'm kind of scared that you guys are gonna let me go home.
Wait, no,
You
wait.
said we were letting you go.
Yeah.
Wait, you really actually just bought pizza? He was like, hey, you want to go on a show? And you're like, yeah, I got nothing to do.
I didn't get the fucking pizza. This is some serious
It's waiting downstairs on the garbage can.
This is crazy.
They're like, oh, here's this garbage can.
Somebody put a cigarette out on it.
Yeah. Just brush that off. This is good food.
What's weirder is he just walks around parking lots waiting for people to put him on shows.
Yeah, and this happens all the time.
Yeah, this isn't his first show.
This ain't his
You're a little too
It's
natural.
not
at
his
this.
first podcast rodeo.
He's very good at it. Yeah, he did a great job.
Slim last week and Joe Lugo show the week before that.
Yeah, they just know.
No, Matt's friend.
Okay, good.
Dan was getting really scared.
No, I'm not scared. I'm like, I'm
who the
impressed.
fuck is this guy?
I'm definitely a yes man, like the movie Yes Man, Jim Carrey, like saying yes to everything. And like, I've honestly gotten myself into the most ridiculous scenarios just saying yes to stuff.
Dan thought you were gonna pull out an FBI agent. It was like,
no, but like the fact that like literally, if you were a stranger, you're like, yeah, I'll be on your show. It's fine. I would be like,
that's
up,
awesome.
like,
Yeah.
But I mean, no matter what, it's still cool that you're here. But I wish that the truth was you're a complete stranger.
It could be the truth if you wanted to be.
Wishing for the truth does not make it true.
Well, it isn't true enough.
Well, for everybody in here except Matt, he is a complete stranger.
True.
That's
True.
right.
You were wandering around the parking lot on the
Perspective.
way
There you
in.
go.
Perspective.
And it worked.
Yeah.
We still had fun.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt. And Mike. Sorry. Matt and Mike.
All right. We'll
Both
put
of
fists
you.
in together at once.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like
Oh, yeah.
Voltron.
All right, we're all gonna remember
Because it
that
wasn't
moment.
gay enough.
That was a good moment.
It wasn't gay
That was a good moment. We all had fun with that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get a rough out of that guy.
My back arm is excited. So listen,
It
this
loves
is,
this.
All right, let's cut the cameras and everybody
Listen,
pull
this
their
has
pants
been,
down.
Your back arms pull your pants down.
Back
All
arm's so
at the same
excited.
time.
I really want a back
And
arm.
just watch
I
it
need a
go.
massage right about now.
so follow us on Instagram and Awesome Talk TV and hit like and subscribe wherever you're watching,
Whatever. It doesn't matter anymore.
Doesn't matter
It
anymore.
doesn't
But thank
matter
you everybody
anymore.
for watching, everybody wherever on Facebook and YouTube, and thank you to our sponsor Nevermore Designs. And
Whatever.
this has been Awesome Talk, season 9, episode 4 in 2017 on December 5th, 2017. Wait, what?
Bye, guys.
Hold on,
Bye.
stop. No, hold on. Let me get through this. This has been Awesome Talk.
I can say the date. I believe in it.
That sounds like a horrible idea.
This is awesome. This has been Awesome Talk, season 9, episode 4 on December 5th,
Hey, that's
2017.
pretty awesome.
Hey everybody, thank you all very much for drinking with us.
Fuck yeah, that's
And
fucking awesome talk.
That is
Cheers.
Awesome Talk.
There's a cat.
Cheers to that.
Man, I almost hit the